So you know what? Let's just do a little bit of roll call. Where my FUTA guys are. If you know you are in FUTA, you are a student, a quantity survey student of FUTA, I want you to raise your hand and also make noise with some emojis. FUTA, QS from FUTA, QS from FUTA. Okay, okay. I can see Adelaja, Taiwo, okay, Akins, Annie Akins. It's only two people I'm seeing. Oh. It's only two people I'm seeing from FUTA. Okay, NAQSS FUTA is also here. Okay, okay. There are only two people from FUTA, no problem. Any other school? I think University of Lagos too. They said that they are here. University of Lagos. University of Lagos, please. I'd like to. Okay, Jamil Akinde. Okay, okay. Esther Akinyelu. Okay, okay. We have just three people from University of Lagos. Okay, Matthew says this from Ibadan. Okay, University of Ibadan, please. I want you to rep yourself. I want you to rep yourself. University of Ibadan. Ah, they're not plenty. Oh. How about my school? My one and only school, Obafemi Awolowo University. Outside OAU, there is no other school. Please, let's rep ourselves. We are plenty. We're plenty. We're plenty. We're plenty. Oh my God, it's so nice to have every single person here. While we are going ahead with the meeting, I would like you to introduce yourself in the comments, right, so that I can appreciate your presence, right? Just write your name and your school so that we can know the school that is most represented in this webinar. For me now, it's not University Shemi or Temitayo. It's not University Shemi, right? Your school did not rep themselves. Okay, Federal Poly Lara is here. Wow, wow. Federal Poly, you're welcome. Uniben, wow. Uniben is there. Okay, okay. Bauchi, we have Abubakar all the way from Bauchi. We have four here too. Okay, okay. We have people. We have people. Keep repping your university. Keep repping your university. Okay. Great. So now, okay, we have Poly there. We have OOU. Wow. You know what? I will not say that OAU is the best represented in this place again. Okay. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to hand over to, I see that we have a significant number of people already. I'd like to hand over to the NAQSS National President for the welcome address, right, in person of Comrade Ahmed Yakub. Yes, sir. Please let's appreciate him with a show of hands. Okay, so I'm made to understand that is on his way. Okay, I'm made to understand that he's on his way. Okay, okay, that is just about joining. Okay, okay, no problem then. So let's keep prepping our school, please. Let's keep prepping our school as we are waiting for our next national president. I can see FUTA. I'm seeing somebody from Kaduna State University. You know, I said it was 5 people that was going to raise up their hands and talk. So we have had just 3 people talk already. I need 2 extra people. Who is bold? Who is bold? Please, all you people. OAU, Joe, raise hand in so that they will know that we have people from OAU. Okay, please, can you raise up your hands, right? You can tell us your name, your school, and your expectation for this webinar. Wow, nobody is talking. Okay, nobody has raised up there. You know what? I will call somebody. Let me call somebody. Somebody. Okay, I would like to call. Okay, Oluwalano Peter Bolaji. Please, can you unmute your mic? Tell us your name, your school, and where you're joining from.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oluwalano Peter Bolaji. I'm a student of Federal University Oyekiti, and I am joining from Lagos State. Thank you.
Yes, please, let's give me a round of applause. That was very quick. Okay, I can see more people raising up their hand. Yes. Okay, one more person should mute their mic and tell us why they are here.
Good afternoon. My name is
Yes, good
Adekunle
afternoon.
Abdulatif from the University of Ilorin, and I'm joining from Kwara State, Ilorin.
You didn't tell us your expectation. Tell us what you expect from this program.
After the webinar, I my expectation is to understand much better about the profession and to have knowledge of what I don't know before and many other things.
Wow, that's great. Thank you very much. So I'm made to be okay, I'm aware that our president is here already. Yes, sir. Yes, our next president in person of Comrade Ahmed Yakub. Please let's with a resounding applause using our clap emoji. Right. Welcome our president as he unmutes his mic to give us a welcoming address. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. You have the floor, sir. Oh, sir, we can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, um, our high leaders, my colleague, and all students who attended this seminar. I want to welcome each and everyone to this wonderful seminar, and I hope we all learn what's supposed to be. So, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Ahmad Yakub. I'm the national president Naqss national body, and at the same time, I'm the president Naqss local chapter of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi State. So I want to thank each and every one of you who dedicate your time to attend this seminar, and I hope you guys are going to continue. And for our zonal coordinator, that's the Southwest. I hope to see more of this program, more and more of this program. And I assure you, other students, that apart from this, we are also kind of preparing something big on the national level, not seeing your zonal regions. We are trying to see how we can make more engagement of students, inviting more professionals to see how we can all learn the profession of country surveying. So thank you very very much. I'm not really going to complete this seminar with you guys because I'm actually doing um, some things right now. So I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President. Please let's give our president a round of applause, please. Yes, thank you very much. Great. So we'll be moving on. Okay, I'm just um informed that we have our immediate past coordinator in person of the YQSF FCT chapter, in person of QS Emmanuel Olorunfemi. Please, can we give him a round of applause? Yes, with our clapping emoji. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome, sir. We're so honored to have you in our midst. Great. So now we'll be moving on to a speech by the YQSF Southwest Coordinator in person of QS Olumide Olisa, MNIQS. Yes, sir. Please let's give him a round of applause as he unmutes his mic and takes the floor. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much, Watosi. Uh, Let me especially welcome my wonderful brother, a colleague in YKSF, East Y YKSF FCT coordinator, QS Emmanuel Leonfemi. Thank you very much for joining this wonderful webinar. Thank you. And then to QS Toby, you are welcome. You are doing a great job. And to the next national president, Ahmad, well done, sir. I hope your tenure will be a successful one by God's grace, inshallah. Then to all Naqss executive, thank you for having me today. I will want to say how many minutes do you have?
Yes, sir. 10 minutes, sir.
10 minutes.
Yes.
Well, because I prepare a, although I prepare a slide, but my system is in Lagos. I'm in Kwara for festival because I'm from Kwara State. So I'm in Kwara State for Christmas and the likes. But I'll be brief. So firstly, let me say all of the greatest Nigerian students.
Great.
Great.
Thank you very much. My speech today will be based on, I'll be telling you guys the secrets for navigating academic challenges and professional growth in quantity surveying profession. The secrets of navigating academic challenges and professional growth in quantity surveying profession. Oluwatosin, hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. You are.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, see, in life, everything has a secret. And your lack of understanding of those secrets will keep you behind. And that is the part about life. Navigating academic challenges and professional growth in quantity surveying profession is important because it directly decides the positive outcomes of students after graduating. There is nothing out of the blue. To achieve this, it is essential to create an environment to foster development of a community that can grow intellectually, socially, and ethically, and is therefore able to pursue successful and fulfilling careers. This is achieved through different combination of skills like organization, time management, concentration, and motivation. Honestly, since in these are points of a career success has a long-time effect and is important for a successful life. It is also important to identify variables that increase academic challenges. So now the secret number one, know who you are. The first secret is know who you are. Self-knowledge is like a compass that guides you throughout your life. There are 6 key elements, 6 vitals, which are essential to understand yourself, your career success, and your overall happiness. In fact, self-knowledge is the most powerful tool you can have in your arsenal, not Oluwatobi arsenal. Do you understand the meaning of arsenal here? Do you understand? Self-knowledge is the most powerful tool you can have in your arsenal. Arsenal means where they kept war equipment. So your own arsenal is like where you kept some of the tools you use in your academic knowledge, no Arsenal Football Club. Do you understand? So a self-knowledge is the most powerful tool you can have in your arsenal on your journey through life. After all, to be your true self, you must know yourself. And that is probably the best life advice you can get. So then, how do you get to know yourself fully? Getting to know you certainly requires effort, courage, but it is highly rewarding. Your value, interest, temperament, around the clock activities, life mission, and meaningful goals and strengths. Hopefully, these 6 aspects of self knowledge can help you in your quest to better understanding of your own identity. So, therefore, you decide who you are. You decide who you are yourself. Then the second is the keeping track of time. Keeping track of time. Now, time is a vital aspect of one's life, and it is necessary since time does not wait for anybody. We all have 24 hours a day, and successful people have the same 24 hours a day. The best students have the same 24 hours a day. Likewise, the average student to have the same 24 hours a day. As a result, you must organize your days and manage your time. To have a successful day, the activities of the day must be well planned and adhered to. A 24-hour timetable may be created if the day's activities are clearly defined. Time should be set up for tasks. Let me move to number 3. Set goals for yourself and work on them. That is the third one. Set goals for yourself and work on them. At the start of new career or work and everything, goals should be set. Goals should be written out and worked upon in each aspect. And it should be realistic. Not that you set a goal that I want to see 10 million tomorrow. Do you understand? Those are not realistic. Setting goals isn't enough. They also need to be double-checked. Now, smart goals that are, now the word smart, let's pick S. Smart goals must be specific. Letter S, smart, under smart, letter S, smart goals must be specific. Letter M, smart goals must be measurable. Smart goals must be measurable. Letter A, smart goals must be achievable. Achievable. Letter R, smart goals must be realistic. Then letter T, smart goals must be timely. Must be timely. So you follow up with your goals to have a good result. Then toasting number what again now? After number 3, we move to, let me move to number 4.
Yes, number 4, sir.
Now, number 4 is extracurriculum activities. You see, don't undermine the power of extracurriculum activities. Extracurriculum activities like sports, birthday parties, and other social activities should prioritize, since all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Those activities will increase social interaction, enabling you to meet new friends who have similar interests and expose you to different cultures and educational and career opportunities. Extracurriculum activities can help you develop your intelligence in more ways than you can not even imagine. Now, the next one is self-assessment. Self-assessment. After setting your goals and the likes, have the habit to do self-assessment. This provides the opportunity for a make-up or assessment. If the cause is legitimate and you know you are not a tramp and the likes, at the course of your career, please, you should approach everything with sense of humor. So self-assessment is very important in life. Self-assessment to checkmate yourself. That is all about self-assessment. Also, be smart and make smart friends. Be smart and make smart friends. To be honest, the most of the important and reason for all this NAT convention, workshop, and the likes is to be smart and make smart friends. Whenever we hear the word smart, some of us we automatically think of a person with high IQ or someone who has the ability to learn a lot of things. But between you and I, smartness transcends intelligence. It is more about the way a person lives and acts. Nothing compares to having a good friend, a wise buddy, not just any friend. A friend who will give value to your life and help you achieve academic success or career success. Make sure you are making the right path as you progress through your career or your academic career. Also, the next one is make use of a career mentor. Please, this is very important. Look out look out for a mentor, the ones that are interested, that you'll be interested in, or the one that is interested in you. It could be your teacher, religion leader, political leader, parents, and the likes. Moving closer to these people is necessary for guidance, advice, and encouragement to keep focus on future goals. They play a role in goal setting and job choices. So please make use of a career mentor. Now the next one is renew oneself on a regular basis. Renew oneself on a regular basis. Let me ask this question. Do you ever feel tense, unbalanced, or empty on the inside? I know some of us have experienced some of this. If that is the case, you will need to take some time to refuel. Meaning you must renew and strengthen the 4 essential aspects of your life on a regular basis. Your body by exercising or eating nutritious foods. Your intellect by reading or writing. Your heart by developing relationships and laughing, smiling. And your soul by praying, meditating, and keeping a journal. You will be better able to deal with career difficulties if you rejuvenate yourself on a frequent basis. Renew yourself today. Every day is a new day. Renew yourself. The next aspect is positive attitude. Positive attitude. Honestly, attitude plays a big part in life, and it affects how things turn out in the future. Having a positive attitude doesn't mean that you ignore reward challenges, or negative events in your life. Rather, it means you don't let them overtake your life and drain your emotional energy. Of course, negative emotion often accompany change, but the best way to handle change is to respond and not react to it. The best way to handle change is to respond and not react to it. Positive self-esteem and self-confidence are critical factors in commitment to academic success and career. Be positive about your ability to succeed and look forward to what you will learn. In conclusion, information is the difference between the smart and the fool. Sorry, Oluwatunsi, I'm concluding. In conclusion, information is the difference between the smart and the fool. The seat of a man's intellect is his mind. Everyone who aspires to academic or career achievement must therefore have not just a regenerated mind, but also a properly charged brain. A blend of formal and informal education is used to attain academic success and career. Don't limit yourself to your environment knowledge. Without a doubt, education is an endless and never-ending process that can be enjoyed for a lifetime. As a part of study, choose a major with a good fundamental curriculum. In quantity survey, choose a major with a good fundamental curriculum. See, we have some branches in quantity survey. Serious, we have the project management branches and the likes. So please choose a major with a good fundamental curriculum. In addition, you should have a solid liberal heart and a good foundation. Learn to utilize past experiences shared and use it often because it has a inventory of historical and current material, current knowledge that may considerably enrich your experiences and general knowledge. God bless National Association of Quantity Surveying Students. God bless Young Quantity Surveying Forum. God bless Young Quantity Surveying Forum Southwest. God bless NIQS. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Please, let's give our YQSF Southwest coordinator a round of applause. Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful session. What came up to me was maintaining positive attitude, right? Because when you are positive, right, towards your growth, that you'll be able to grow roundly and well. Thank you very much, sir. So I'd like us to please drop your questions in the chat box, so that when it's time for the Q&A session, we'll be able to take your questions. We thank you very much. So now we'll be moving on to the next speaker in person of Comrade Oluwatobi Yimuta, and I'll be reading his citation. So kindly listen attentively as I read his citation. Yes, Comrade Oluwatobi is a young quantity surveyor with keen interest in building information modeling, sustainability, and project management. Over the years, he has demonstrated a strong passion for mentoring and impacting younger professionals, believing in catching them early and guiding them towards excellence. This passion drove his remarkable contribution as a member of the committee that established the NIQS Membership Drive WhatsApp platform of over 1,000 plus members. It was created to bridge the gap between students, graduates, and prospective candidates seeking membership in the institute. Through this initiative, which he has actively championed, over 350 individuals has been registered, with about 25 already inducted as corporate members of the institute. During his undergraduate years, Comrade Oluwatobi rose through leadership ranks at Oduduwa University, Ikpetumod, serving as General Secretary, later as Vice President, and eventually the President of his local Naqss chapter. He is a former Naqss Southwest Coordinator and the pioneer chairman of the first Naqss National Convention, held physically in Abuja in 2021. Professionally, Comrade Oluwatobi currently works with Sparklight Engineering Construction Limited, where he works as the resident quantity surveyor for Gateway Sparklight Estate. He recently completed his tenure as the Public Relations Secretary, now Communications Secretary of the YQSF FCT chapter from 2023 to 2025, and currently serves as the Director of Finance and Sponsorship of YQSF FCT chapters. He has served in various committees, including the FIG Commission 10 as a member, and also the NIQS FCT Publicity Committee, the NIQS FCT Chapter Prize Market Watch Committee, and various other committees, to mention a few. So Comrade Oluwatobi is a avid supporter of Arsenal Football Club. In his leisure time, he enjoys reading and swimming. Without further ado, I would like you to welcome with me our speaker, Comrade Oluwatobi Yunta with a resounding applause. Please let's welcome him. Sir, you're welcome to this webinar. Yes, you can meet your mic and speak now, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, PS Oluwatosin Adebi. Thank you very much for that. So my leader, PS Olumide Olisa, much respect for you. I greet you. I don't know if my past coordinator is still here. I understand a lot of people are actually laughing due to the Aston FC mentioned, but it's okay. We are winning the league this season. That's reassured already. Okay, moving on. I would like to greet everyone for joining this meeting. I think it is apt and it is one topic that has always been that you know critical that is most students find difficult in navigating around, especially when it comes to do with the academic journey and also navigating through the professional journey too. Okay, so I would like to start by saying um, leadership is not about yourself. It's about the value that you bring. You understand? So why we are saying we want to go into the profession or we don't even know our routes on this journey. First things first, I would like to start by saying that most of us students we need to understand that the course we are studying or we applied for is a professional course. When we say professional course, it means that after graduation, there will be what they call certification attached to that. So it means they are not just, it means that your BSc or your HND certificate is not just enough. There is more to that. And let's ask ourselves, if it happens that, for instance, we are all studying nursing today, or we are studying medicine, I want to believe that every one of us going for that course already knows that at the end of our nursing program, we need to still go to teaching hospital to practice, right? It is similar to quantity surveying as a course that we have chosen, or some people will still say it chose them. Okay. Now, I would like to start by saying, um, you see, for some of us in 100 level and the one name it, it is not about please, am I audible? Because I understand somebody is trying to say something in the chat box.
Yes, sir, you're
Am I
audible,
audible?
sir. Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay. So I would like to start by saying when you find yourself in this our noble profession, I call it noble profession because it is something um, that brings people together. I have experienced it and I'm still experiencing it. When you find yourself in this our field, please first things first, whatever institution that you are in or whatever school you are in, please the first thing you need to do is to join the National Association of Quantity Surveying Student platform, WhatsApp platform. I think from there you should be able to get one or two updates about the profession, if not intimately, but I think that will help you keep your mind abreast that there are certain things that other people are doing that you also need to do, right? Now, secondly, I get to see it is important to know that your GP or whatever grade you are chasing does not and will not determine your professional journey. It is just
a grade. I'm not trying to undermine our best graduating students, our those on the upper class and what have you. No, it's a different thing entirely when you come to practice. In QS practice, it is your reputation that spreads faster than your CV. You have to be known for your accuracy, your integrity, and also your professional conduct. It is not when you finish school and you start saying, I need to pay my CV. While you were in school, what were you really known for? Did you volunteer? Were you part of people that also help other people to, navigate through their own journey? So those things you ask yourself. Most times, I tell you, in school, some of us we don't know that while we are in school, we are supposed to recognize ourselves with various state chapter. For instance, while I was in Osun State, schooling in Oduduwa University at that point in time, whenever they have their meeting, I recognize and I even though it happens to be a private school, I will still take permission and still travel down to the state capital because the meeting point is not even within my school environment. So that was something intentional I was doing at that point in time. I wasn't looking at the cost of transportation then, even though it was something that other students would naturally say it's something that has to count. But it's about the growth that I want for myself. Just like Kesolumide has spoken when he was saying, it is about what you want for yourself, about what you want to achieve. We cannot all be in class and say we are not participating with Naqss, we are not participating with NIQS in your state chapter where you are schooling. I mean, then where do you want those growth to come from? So to me, it's about having this mindset that when you are in school, you need to do certain things. And most importantly, let's not forget that the institute, which is by extension NIQS, have a professional membership cadre for students. When you are in school, NIQS expect you to register or associate yourself with them. And how is it being done? There is a form that is being categorized for students. They call it student membership form. All you need to do is download the form, go to their website, download it, and then attach your admission letter to show that yes, truly you are being awarded to study quantity surveying. Then also attach your school ID card or your school ID card and your own level results. Mind you, for you to be a quantity surveyor, you must have physics. So they expect that you need physics, you need chemistry, English, maths, probably to attach and submit. If you don't know your way around all of this, please reach out to the Southwest coordinator, reach out to the or myself, or Kesolumide. These are leaders at your level that you can actually reach and communicate to. And I believe, please, am I still audible? I hope I'm not talking to myself.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay. So these are things that we need to be very intentional about. Kesolumide talk about networking. Please, networking is not begging. No. Nobody is going to beg you to interact with anybody. Attending meetings are important. Serving in various committees are things that will help you increase your knowledge about things that you probably don't even have idea of. Oluwatose happens to be in the same committee with me at FIG Commission 10. And she happens to be the only student on that committee. I'm not surprised that well, whatever you are seeing her do today, she's deserved it because she has shown herself approved and really taken herself to with the way she wants to be seen or valued. And those are things that add to who you are. Adding value to yourself is what brings you to limelight. You understand? So networking is not who you know, it's who you trust your value. It is about who can actually vouch for you. where you don't even think people are talking about you. So, what do you also do with those people that are your mentors? I mean, it's not just about having those contacts. You have a mentor today. Do you even know when they have birthdays? Do you even know something that is germane to them? Do you know their religion? Do you know when they'll be celebrating their festive period? That you also give them, even if it's not gift, use them at least to know that you are not just taking from them. Just dates. You know, something that are really special, something that are really special to them. Now, I would like to say that your main as a hello.
Okay, we can hear you now, sir. We can hear you now, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Now, please, I want us to know that while we are in school, there are some certain things that are still expected of us to learn and know. Your skill will pay you faster than your complaint. I'm telling you, as a young QS, I'll repeat, your skills will pay you faster than your complaints. The industry that we are in rewards those who are skilled. For instance, many of us know who ADLM is. ADLM is a household name today as far as quantity surveying is concerned, right? And we have so many of them like that. We have Thomas on the call that is into We Construct Hub. Those are people that have probably prepared their mind before school. They already knows what they want to do with their life. So leaving school to start learning skills is something that it will take you time before people now adapt to believing that you know what you are doing. But when you can do certain things while in school, I mean, you can be sure that while graduating, you already have something that will be fetching you money even before you think of being absorbed by any company. You understand the basic skills that we need as quantity surveyors. Um, of course, you know you need to get acquainted with your Microsoft Excel, if not Trust Test or Microsoft Project. At least Microsoft Excel, you should know your way to navigate around those things. Then Plan Swift, I think is the common scale software for measuring that most of us probably have been hearing of. Please, if you are just saying all of these things for the first time, especially this software, I beg you, Master, get yourself acquainted with them. Please, if you don't have a system, start saving up for it. It is important that you have a system or a laptop by extension as a quantity survey student. Please, I'm not saying you should go and steal. Start saving. Those 20,000 you give to your girlfriends or boyfriends, start saving them to buy something that will help you on your journey, and I've talked about being student member. I've talked about association with your professional body. Now, there's so many. This other thing I want to mention. This is especially to the HND 1 and 2 students, the 300 level student, 400 level student, and 500 level student. Please and please remember that why you are thinking of graduating from school, NIQS is a professional body that has actually made it easy for students or graduates. Immediately you graduate from your school, please and please do not wait till you go for your NYSC before you start your journey. Provided your institution has given you what they call statement of results, provided your institution has given you what they call statement of results, please do not wait till you finish NYSC before you start applying as a probational member. Many of us waste 1 year after NYSC and now start the process when they finish NYSC. No, instead of you wasting that 1 year, remember that you are going to take this process for 3 good years. So imagine You have concluded that you will do your professional membership journey after NYSC, and you are now starting that process after NYSC. You have actually forfeited 1 year off. So you have added 1 year plus to your professional journey. That's if you are even going to start that journey immediately you finish your service. So most of these things are something that probably some of our lecturers, I think, still need to do by encouraging students, because most of these things are not even a lot of graduate final year students are not even informed of all of these things. So at the end of the day, they get discouraged about what to do when they finish school. Now, one thing we need to know that life after school is a different thing entirely. Nobody is coming to save you, just you yourself. It is a phase whereby your parents stop giving you money, your sister, auntie, they feel like you are done with school, so you probably need to start, doing one or two things for yourself. School will teach you theory, but let me tell you that the industry will expose all of these your gaps. I repeat, most things we learn in school are theoretical. It is when you come into the industry that we expose it. In fact, you may feel like they have not even taught you anything, and that is normal. Don't feel like when you have finished school, you have known it all. No. Every other thing in the industry has different methodology or approach towards them. In fact, some of you may be asked to measure what you have never seen before. Is it that your lecturer didn't teach you the basis of measurement? They taught us. But the industry is different from what we think or how some of these lecturers have seen them. And don't forget that some of our lecturers are probably not being into practice. So they have probably been doing more of maybe lecturing for due to their job or nature of their job. So don't be surprised that when you leave school, there are so many things that you may be finding like magic, but they are not magic. That is how the industry is. You need to defend also your figures. You need to be reliable as a quantity surveyor. Most of these documents that we'll be preparing, bill of quantity, this and that, it's not just about you preparing bill of quantity. You must be very intentional, articulate about what you are sending out. Whenever you prepare a document, please cross-check it. Are these things right? Are my rate making sense? Because I see some bills sometimes I just laugh that how can you be pricing this for this amount? You understand? So it is important that when we are doing certain things, we cross-check. We don't just send things out to client because we want to make money. Also, I want to talk about ethics. Ethics will cost you before it rewards you. In quantity surveying, shortcuts are very tempting. When I mean shortcuts, some of us want to inflate the BOQs. We want to compromise a lot of things and all of those things. We just want to sign that document because we have that power to do it. My dear brothers and sisters, integrity really matters. Integrity is something that you can never compromise, or you should never compromise as a quantity surveyor. When you start compromising, then where is your ethics? Where have you left all those professional conduct that you have probably been trained to as a quantity surveyor? Please let us familiarize ourselves with some of these documents that is that we have in our various departmental library. Let us study some of these books that are provided in our departmental library, because they are important. There are some things that we need to learn from all of this. I'll I will say this before I end my speech. Um, before we before we leave school, it is important that we really know where we want to specialize. I repeat, it is important that we know where we want to specialize. Although nature or Nigeria as a whole has a way of taking us round. Sometimes we must have gone through consulting, contracting, even real estate, all of those things. Yes, I'm not saying we should not go through all those routes. It is important. But the bottom line is you personally, you yourself, where or what do you really want to do? Honestly speaking, if you have noticed when NIQS invite people to come and speak in meetings or conferences, check those people speaking or those speakers. They have their area of specialization. And no matter what you are doing, when you become good at that thing, they will find you. Today we have some renowned speakers that we NIQS invite for green building. They have some people they invite for BIM. They have some people they invite for tax reform. There are a lot of things that we need to prepare our mind. And it's not just limiting all of these things to quantity surveying alone. No, you can do various things that will still relate to quantity surveying. So it is important that when we are learning whatever we need to learn, I remember that this phase of our life, it is the most critical phase that we need to learn whatever we need to learn. You don't want to learn measurement in old age. You don't want to learn measurement or taking off in old age. It is the critical time that you need to pay attention. Give yourself the utmost time to learn whatever you need to learn, unlearn and relearn. Because time waits for nobody, and it is important that you start preparing your journey ahead from now. So thank you very much for this little time to speak. And I do wait for your questions if need be to answer them. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow. Please let's give our speaker a round of applause. Please let's give our speaker a round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. Wow, that was really, really cool. That was enriching. I believe we have a number of people who have questions already. So please, if you have questions, kindly drop it in the chat box so that when it's time for the Q&A, you'll be able to take your questions. Thank you very much, sir. I'm so grateful. So now we'll be going on to the next speaker in person of Comrade Sarah Umwese Benjamin. We're privileged to have with us today a dynamic professional, right, QS professional who bridges the gap between technical construction expertise and sustainable development, right? QS Comrade Sarah is a quantity surveyor and cost consultant, and she currently serves as the cost consultant at NATLIC, where she oversees construction projects across residential, commercial, and educational sectors, ensuring efficiency and compliance at every phase. Right, our commitment to excellence is evident in our track record as she serves as a resident quantity surveyor for major national projects, including the National Industrial Court Rehabilitation in Akure and the National Judicial Institute project in Abuja. Our technical proficiency is vast, spanning from feasibility studies to the use of advanced industry softwares like CostX and Primavera, right? Beyond her technical work, she's a passionate advocate for a resilient future. She serves as the secretary to the Membership and Engagement Group at the Green Building Council Nigeria, where she facilitates critical conversation on air and water quality. She's also a leader with a heart for the people. I've personally benefited from her leadership, right? And she's recognized as the 2025 Mentor of the Year by Youth Empowerment Exchange. She actively mentors youth and moderates industry discussions, including the Young Quantity Surveying Forums. And her dedication has also earned her an award for excellence from the Nigeria Institute of Quantity Surveyors Abuja chapter. Right, please, without further ado, I'd like us to welcome QS Comrade Sarah Umwese Benjamin as our second speaker for the day. Thank you very much, Ma. Please, let's keep appreciating her until she'll mute our mic and begin to speak. Let's keep appreciating her. Yes, Comrade Sarah, you have the floor, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good afternoon to everyone. I want to recognize the presence of the coordinator, Jamu, for this wonderful package. I would say wonderful package. I want to say thank you everyone for putting this together, and I want to say I recognize everybody. If I said I want to start mentioning, I can mention everybody. So I want to say thank you. And today, 20th December 2025, holds a deep part of me because I was born 20th September. So today is just like a special day to me. So I want to say thank you all for giving me this opportunity to speak to you all. Navigating academic challenges and professional growth in the quantity surveying profession. I'll just say this journey is all about me, my life from the beginning to now. It's just all about my life. So I'm going to just speak about myself, and then you picture yourself in me. How you want to become is from me. So it's a very dynamic sector. So please, next slide. Can you go up? So know how to manage. Okay, I have four aspects that I want to talk about: time management, quantity surveying aspect, exam preparation, and career path. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, talking about time management, um, create a schedule. All these are just how you prepare yourself. Time management is preparation. Let me say this year alone, I do it every year, like December, ending of December slash New Year. I always have my goal that I schedule for the next year. According to my boss and comrade QS Lumide, he said you have to have your plan. So I schedule my plans for the year. I didn't even know that I would do a mentorship program this year, but I pictured it in my goal. I put mentorship, I put speaker, I put moderator, I wrote visiting, going for conferences. All of them I put on my list, and to the glory of God, 99% has been done on my list. 99%. It's just 1%. And why it's not virtual now is because it has been postponed to next year. That is why. If not, it will be 100%. So you have to create time. You have to create your plan. In this life, planning is key. Planning is key, and time management is very important. There's one where in secondary school, you will say before you get to the exam hall, you say there will be an instruction 30 minutes before your exam. You're supposed to be in the exam hall. That's that was my key point that I used it today. That has been paving more way for me. Time management. If I have a meeting with somebody by 10, I should be there by 9, no matter what. My brain is already pictured that I have appointment so time. So I have to start preparing myself for that appointment. You don't need to go there and your client will be waiting for you. No, you have to be there before your client. That shows how important that meeting is to you, and that shows how serious and how let me say how reliable you are. So time management is just all about how you plan yourself. I won't talk much about that. Please, next slide. You can read through. Next slide, please. Okay, I want to talk about the quantity surveying concept. This is where I will tell you a little story about myself. Growing up, I want to become a bank manager. That was my plan. That was my vision, to become a bank manager. I was seeing myself as someone that uh holds money for people, like manage people's money, big money. That was my that was how I was picturing myself. Not until my dad. My dad is my number one mentor. God bless his soul. He's late. He's my number one mentor. He said to me, Sarah, what do you want to be when you grow up? At primary two, how will I know what I want to be? I just told my dad, Daddy, I want to be a bank manager. He said, okay. He bought a movie. To my surprise, he bought a movie called Bank Manager. That movie was acted by Yukeria Nobi. She acted that movie as a bank manager. I was so happy when my dad brought that movie. We sat down together, we are watching it. At the end of the movie, I was happy at first watching it, but at the end of the movie, I was sad. My dad now turned and looked at me. Are you not happy to become a bank manager? I said, Daddy, no, I don't want to become a bank manager anymore. He said, then what do you want? I said, when I grow up, I'm not grown finished. When I grow up, I will know what to be. So he left me. And I don't like maths. I hate maths so bad that I don't want to even do anything that will make me boost my maths ability. My dad said, Sarah, I said, sir, if you like, get F9 parallel. You see that science class, you will go. It was that challenging to me. When I said I could not contest with my dad anymore, I have to start embracing it. My dad is an engineer, but not qualified, like he is not registered. But if you are counting from 1 to 10 of engineers that they know what to do, you count my dad as number second. I'm proud of him for that. He does tonking projects, start from start to finish. Then I don't even know that all these are in quantity surveying aspect. I don't know. So I now said, okay, Daddy, if somebody do science, what will the person become? My dad mentioned architecture, engineering, mentioned all the professional courses, but he never mentioned QS. He then said, okay, for him, he would like me to do engineering or architecture. I said, no, that the maths in engineering is too much. I cannot go there. It's okay, do architecture. I said, architecture, drawing, Daddy, no. Wait first. I don't know yet, but I will tell you when the time comes. So one day we are coming back from the farm. I just said that day was just divine. I saw a building. It was just, then we don't know this, the terms, we're using our local terms. I said, Daddy, why is this building bending like this? My dad said, it's because the fault is from the foundation. It was not properly done. Then I asked another question. I said, Daddy, who calculates for this block, for these pillars, for the sand and cement they use? My dad said, it's a quantity surveyor. In my mind, I was like, Daddy, why didn't you tell me this one first? Immediately, I love quantity surveying. I said, Daddy, is this course I want to do? He said, no problem. He didn't just stop there. He called his boss. He's working in Julius Berger now, civil engineer, a fellow of the institute. He said, call him. I will call him first. Then you call him, so that he will give you a professional advice. I said, okay, sir. I called him. I said, hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Hi, sir. How are you? I said, fine. Your dad just spoke to me that you want to read quantity surveying. I said, yes, sir. He said, it's a professional course. And if you learn it very well, the sky is your starting point. That word, I said, wow. That means this course we have plenty money. Immediately, I browsed about quantity surveying and I see that we are cost experts. We manage costs. What I was looking for in bank managing, now I'm in charge of it. So you see how the thing is getting intertwined. And growing up, I was playing with sand. I do use mud to make houses, blocks, bridges, but I don't know where those things are taking me to. But I was just doing it for fun. Children growing up playing with this. Let me not just see more sand. I will make house, do gates, do fence, use stick to construct mold, to make blocks. I was just doing those things, but I don't know where I was going to. So with that, and I said, where am I going to get this knowledge? Is it polytechnic or university? I said, okay, I asked around. They say polytechnic will give you the practical, why university will give you the theory. So I said, okay, let me start from the practical first. My dad said, no, 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 go to university first. I said, Daddy, this polytechnic will give me what I want. I started with polytechnic. My first year, our lecturer told us, Sarah, he told the general class, this course is a professional course. And if you learn it very well, the sky will be your beginning point. I was like, okay, so sir, what do we do? He said, you can't get everything in the class. When you go out, start looking for fault in buildings. That was his own logic. Look at buildings, look at the faults, know how to come in, ask questions, go to construction sites, take your ID card, go and meet them, greet them, sir, please, I want to learn this. I want to see what you people are doing. Just go and watch. If you have any question, come back and ask. I said, that's all. Okay. That's how we started. I started. It was fun. Second semester, we started with roof. The lecturer was making it as if I want to regret why coming to quantity surveying. I said, wow, this course is very hard now. No, I was not understanding anything. You hear deduct, add, deduct. Yeah, which one are we deducting? Which one are we adding? Roof, you said straw. I was like, God, what is this one? We finished ending. Now, time to go for during my COS, they asked me to become a usher during the waxing program. That was where my journey started, 2015, 2016. I was happy that I want to go for ushering, but at the same time, it's a professional gathering, Women Association of Quantity Surveyors. I was like, okay. I said to myself, God, I'm not just going there to just go and do ushering. I'm going there to go and get connects. I'm going there to meet people that will help me grow in this profession. I made that decision from house before I left. On reaching there, the first person I met was the QSRBM president, past president, QS Mutala Liu. I talked to him. I said, sir, please, can I have your number? He said, sure. QS profession is a profession that allows you to grow. It doesn't restrict you, except you don't want to grow. I went to his office, but the day I went to his office, my liver failed me. I went there to seek for his mentorship. But when I got there, when I saw the awards in his office, I froze. I could not say a word. I was shivering. I said, Sarah, that means you have not even started though. With these awards, where will you start from? I started shaking in his office. He have to calm me down, start telling me to breathe in, breathe out for 10 times before my nerves came down. I didn't know what to say anymore. I just said, sir, I want to go back to school. That was what I said. He said, no problem. I left. I could not, when I get out, I regain myself. I said, these village people, you really followed me to this place. But after my ND, and the funny thing, I now lost my dad during my final year, ND2. My dad died. He could not even wait for me to graduate. Go. But I cannot allow that legacy to just go down like that. I still pick up. I called him. I called the past president after my ND. I said, sir, I'm done with my ND. He said, that means we need to look for a place for you to do your IT. What this statements let me know is that at first, as a mentor, when I went to his office, he saw the way he know that this is what I want, but I didn't have that stamina to say it. So he didn't wait for me to say, sir, I want to come and do my IT. He made the offer, come and do your IT under me. I said, wow, thank you, sir. The first day I started my IT, they gave me 3 bedrooms to do takeoff. I said, oh, okay, this is what they taught me in school. Let me go and do copy and paste. I did it, changed the figures, I brought it. The first question my supervisor asked me, a female, she said, QS Angela, she said, Sarah, how do you pass your measurement? If someone should tell you that, if someone should ask you how you pass your measurement, it's either you want to leave the course or you want to continue. I looked up and looked down and says, ma, there are many ways to pass measurement. I do the one I know I pass. But ma, assume that I do not know anything. I want to learn. Please, ma, teach me. She said, really? I said, yes, ma. The first task she gave me, then the NIQS headquarters was under construction. So I was part of that. She will do the calculation, she will give me, I will recheck it. Start from our first, I'll be calculating one after the other till make sure that everything is correct. So I started doing the measurement, doing everything. But another aspect of quantity surveying that kept me going, after my ND, I didn't go back to school again. I said, let me go and learn this course. During my IT, I met QS George. He introduced me to NIQS chapter, that I should start coming for meetings. I said, I don't even know that NIQS have chapter. He said, they have. That was how I started. My first workshop, I got 2 mentors, QS Ahmed Kabiru and QS Adewumi Akimpelu. I got 2 mentors there because I was asking questions that needed to be asked. Because I was young, I was eager to learn, so I was asking questions. After that, I met my boss during my IT, QS Naqss, my current boss now. He said, Sarah, you have learned the practical. You have done everything. You have this passion to learn. If the men can be president, who are you not to be a president? That was a challenge. I said, sir, to go to school now, sir, you need money. You need this one. So he said, if you are gathering money to go to school, you will never go to school, but start. I said, okay, no problem, sir, I will start. So he said, okay, Sarah, there's a job in Akure, a resident quantity surveyor, surveying in industrial court Akure. You will go there. From there, you apply and you continue schooling. I said, thank you, sir. My first admission fee, he gave it to me. That means I don't have choice than to go to that school. I will not say this money that stopped me from not going. He supported me. So what am I still looking for? So I went there and applied in Joseph Ayo Babalola University. Before I went there, I said, God, direct me to, even though it's one person, let me not just go to that school alone. I want to impact in someone's life. And I started. And the person that God brought to me was my class governor. He's on this call. I told him that after introducing myself in the class, my project was in Akure then. I said, okay, when you come to me, you have to learn. You have to learn the basics. You have to know it. And for this measurement aspect, the easiest way to learn your measurement, all of us, we have where we put our head. We have houses. We live in duplex. We live in bungalows. We live in one-room apartment. We live in hostels. We go to church. It's building. This is a practical and illustration that you don't need anybody to tell you, but you have to know it. They have taught you how to measure. Okay, you want to measure floor length times breadth. You want to, anything you have on the floor is same thing with your ceiling. What then do you want? You need your tape, measuring tape. Very important for every student on this call. You have to. That measuring tape should be in your pocket. I have my measuring tape, the 50 meters and the 10 meters. You have to have your measuring tape. Take your room as a case study with wherever you are. I work in a consultancy, so everything about QS, that is where it started. Everything you want to know about quantity surveying is from the consultancy. But you now have money, but if you want to gain the experience, that is where you have. That is where you devote your time to learn it. So measurement, you have your room. Just picture everything in that house. In that house you are. Is an assignment for everybody at QS that is finding it difficult. Finding it difficult in measurement. Take your measurement book. Take your measuring tape. Start from each compartment of the room. That is what they call visibility study. Condition survey. Go to the room. Look at the wall. You've done painting. Measure your painting is linear meter. You measure your painting is square meter. You measure your paint length times height. Then it will give you the square meter of that place. Get your bucket paints. How many square meter coverage? You can do the maths. Very easy. Your door, what size it is? Is it 0.9 by 2.1 or the toilet door is 0.75? You measure it. You do all these things. Take that room as a case study. When you are done, you now go and price those doors. Price it. Price the toilet, the WC. What type of WC? Is it the squat? Is it the stand? Check everything. That is how a QS progresses. This is what we do every day. In school, they teach you and you feel that it's so difficult that you can. No, it's a practical thing. When they gave me the task at first to go and do condition survey, I was following my colleague to do it. I was just putting my key interest to know what they're doing. The next 2-3 months, my boss called me. Sarah, go to Akure. There's one project there. We need you to do the condition survey and send us the report. I say, oh, thank God I have my notepads. I called my colleague in school. I said, come over to Akure. We went there together. I said, today we are working. I teach him how to measure. We measure everything in that building. Then we prepare a schedule of dilapidation. I know most of you have had schedule of dilapidation. Schedule of dilapidation means you will check the condition of that project, that building. If the door is broken, if it's is outdated, you will write it, you state it in your book, in your report. Okay, we met 5 doors, but 3 is spoiled and is metal door. You will describe it. Specification, you describe it how you met it. You write it down. Okay, the switches, how many gangs, 2-way gang. You will, all those things you point it out. Then when you are done, you now prepare a bill for that project, telling the client that, okay, now we have seen this building. Okay, the painting, is it satin paint? Is it emulsion paint they use? Okay, the paint is already outdated. Okay, let's we have used emulsion, let's use satin. You will describe it. Okay, how many square meter? That is where your measurement comes in. You will measure it. Okay, this is the square meter for this room. Okay, I've measured here and this is it. It will be rated there. Okay, how much do they charge per square meter? You write it there, put the amount, that's all. When you are done, you send it to another person to verify, cross-check your work before you submit to your client. So measurement is not something that is hard. It's not difficult. It's what you do, what you see every day. So I'm giving you people tasks. Go to your house, start something, get a tape. You can get 5-meter tape. Measure it. Take your book. I expect people from 400 level to be conversant with measurement more. 100 level, you can start doing it. Practice it. If it's just only painting you want to do, you want to be doing only painting so that you know it very well, do painting. Take your tape, measure it. The way they paint your house, measure it like that. That angle that you see the paint, measure it. The way where you see door, you deduct the door. You get your square meter of paint. It's not hard. It's not hard. Please let me see the slide more. Can you make it bold? Okay. Okay, thank you. So contract administration is all about what we do in consultancy. How we prepare our tender documents. Before you prepare your tender document, there is a journal. They call it news. It's like a newspaper, but this is construction journal. That is where you get projects. Anybody can bid for that project. You get it in the newspaper stand. You see it journal. When you flip through, you see projects. You see projects. Then you see requirements on that project. We have two bids. We have the technical and we have the financial. Now, the technical, it involves everything about your company, your workforce, your staffs, your machines, your plants, your financial capacity, if you can handle that such project, your project that you have done before 5 years, they will state it there. Okay, this is what we need. So as a consultancy firm, we prepare the document. Then when you scale through, then we evaluate. When you scale through that first stage, they will check everything. All that requirement from that journal will be checked. And they will give you time to submit it. If it past 12 noon, they will not accept your tender. They won't accept it. So anything you want to, you must submit it. Some tenders you will open that day. You submit that day and you open that day. So you have to prepare, get information about the process. When you are done, then you prepare for financial tender. Financial tender, now you want to tell the client that this is how much that this project that you want us to bid for, this is how much we want to charge you. Now the client has his own QS that has prepared his own bill. So as a consultant now, it's brought to our table. We will now start doing evaluation. Okay, some contractors, they pack all the money because they will see here that's 30% upfront. They will put everything in the substructure. So if as a QS client, you are not you are not checking, or as a consultant, you are not checking it, you shoot yourself in the leg. If you venture give the contractor 30%, before you know, contractor will eat your money and run. So as a consultant now, you have what they call analysis, tender analysis. You start checking contractor A, B, C, and D. How much are they doing this project? First of all, you write it out. Then you start checking item by item from prelims to the last, to the general summary. You don't touch quantity and units. Your own aspect is rate and amount. You check how much are they charging for this work. Some contractors will put, maybe you are doing concrete, for instance, and what is on the quantity is maybe 20 cubic meter, and they're charging for concrete. The client knows that is maybe currently ready mix concrete is going for, it should be going for maybe 120,000 upward. And now, as a contractor, you want to outsmart your clients, but you don't know that they are doing evaluation. You go and put maybe 50,000 per cubic meter. You know that you have already fought yourself there. You check it and you put error number 1. You'll be checking it accordingly. Where the contractor packs all the money and drop, you will know. You fish everything out, and at the end of the day, the contractor that meets the client's financial bid will won the contract, and they will award the contract to that contractor. So all these things, as a QS, you have to pay attention to details. You have to pay attention to details. There's one project I was one in one tender valuation I was working on, and it was this information, it was double checked. So the amount was add with 2 million on it. When I found out, I told my boss that this money is shoot. Oh, what do we do? He said already they have already signed it, so they have to look for work to incur that 2 million, because you cannot go and tell government that we have done the work, oh, and your money is remaining 2 million. Government will start putting eyes on you. So you have to look for work and do with that money. You don't give government back change. You don't give change. You use work, you look for work, additional work to remove that money out, so that they will know that you know what you are doing.
Yes, ma. Yes, we have 5 minutes, ma. Yes, ma.
Okay, I'll try to round up. So exam preparation, let me just go for the exam preparation. Exam preparation, just what we just need here is when I was in my ND, even till now, I make timetable for myself. I go out, I look for past questions, I solve past questions ahead of exams. I'm in my 500 level now. I've done my work I've done my exam write-ups for exams. Like I've done my questions, I've answered all my questions for the 500 level exams. I worked ahead of time. I'll solve all the questions. So as the exam gets close, I'll just be revising it. I'll just be revising it. It will be easy to assimilate. I'll break it down to the easier way how I can assimilate it. So you have to just take past questions, plan ahead of it. Next slide. Okay, career path and opportunities. So as for me, I choose my career path in consultancy. So you can choose your career path in construction. Another person can choose career path in the government sector. Another person can choose career path in oil and gas. Anywhere at all that your heart find peace to work, it's very important that you work there. If you find yourself, most of my friends that they are posted for NYC, they say, Sarah, I want to go so and state. I say any state you find yourself, any firm you find yourself, make use of that firm. No knowledge is a waste. No knowledge is a waste. Make sure you learn what you need to learn there. Build yourself ahead of time. So the next one, Okay, so specialization. Being a QS, you are not just limited. You are not limited. You can be a QS project manager. You can be a QS sustainability manager. You can be a QS, you can be an arbitrator. You can be a QS and also MEP specialist. You can be anything being a QS. Not just a QS. Add something to it. Add something to QS. Get a specialty where your strength lies. Go there. It's very important. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, my advice. I said build a strong foundation. Master the QS. Okay, build a strong foundation. Master the basis of quantity survey and construction principle, which I've already explained. Get a practical experience, internship, volunteer as QS Inya have said. I've started volunteering since 2018, and to date I'm still volunteering, and I don't regret ever volunteering. I don't. Get a mentor. Join the association. Naqss, very important. NIQS, very important. YQSF, very important. Green Building Council, very important. There's BEAM heroes, people that want to specialize in BEAM. BEAM hero community is there. There, if you want to specialize in procurement, you want to know more about procurement, We Construct Hub is there too. You can leverage on those platforms. You can learn everything there. So we have networking. Networking, as QS Olumide has said, birthday parties, ceremony, you have to be there. And you have to introduce yourself. Because if you don't introduce yourself, nobody will know you. You have to speak up. I am this, please patronize me. Go to senior colleagues, sir, let me help you to do market survey. Sir, let me help you to do taking off. Even though it's for the quantities, let me help you to get quantities. It's something. You have to keep yourself abreast and make your brand. How good are you on LinkedIn? Do you showcase yourself on LinkedIn, or you just limit yourself? I've gotten a job on LinkedIn that I've done over 300,000 from LinkedIn. I have not met this person. We just saw on LinkedIn. He said, do you want to be, can you be my QS? Because I made a post that if you don't have a QS in your firm, you're on your own when you start losing. So he said, can you be my QS? I said, no problem. Before you know, I've done like 3 jobs for him. So your LinkedIn have to be optimized. Show the world what you do. Market yourself. Next slide. So that would round up. Hope I'm not taking much time. Okay. So be proactive and get rest. If you are tired, rest. I've lost a very good friend of mine last year, QS Joshua from Futa. Futarians, you know him. Joshua Shaibu is a very, very proactive person, and I really missed him a lot. Joshua have talent, but I wouldn't know what ends his life. But I want you to know, get it at the back of your mind that you have to rest. You have to rest. If you don't rest, what the world owes us is just 1 minute silent, and that is all. Life continues. You have to rest. Very important. Please, when you are working and you feel overwhelmed, rest. Rest. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the ladder of success. You have to continue learning. Next one. Before this one, you need to continue learning. You need to be positive. Don't associate with bad energy, please. Negative energy, please stay away. You have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. No, you have to be disciplined. You have to set your goals. You have to know soft skills. Very important. You you have to learn so many things. There's some certification that I've learned on my own. I did not wait for school to teach me. I did not wait for my bosses to teach me. I paid for certification. If you're talking of plans with Naqss, Primavera, all those one I paid and I learned all of them. I have it, but I don't want to get into software without first knowing the basis. You have to know the basis before you jump into software. This is just the gospel truth. Because if you start with software, it will be very difficult for you to learn the basis. So learn the basis, get used to the basis before you switch to the software. Software will now aid your work. Thank you so much for your time. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on Green Building Council, Beam Heroes Community. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Ma, for that insightful section. Thank you so much, Ma. Please, let's give our speaker a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma. Like, she used the story of her life to literally pour into us, and we're so grateful for that. Yes. So, due to the schedule of one of our speakers, we'll have to bring him up before the Q&A section. So please ensure that you drop in the comment section your questions so that when it's time for the questions and answer section, we'll take your questions. Thank you very much. So now I'll be reading the citation of our third speaker in person of Comrade Akintunde Ademilola Ayomide. He hails from Imesi Ile in Obokun local government area of Osun State. He attended Federal University of Technology Akure in 2017, where he obtained a Bachelor of Technology in Quantity Surveying and graduated with second-class upper. He served as the Naqss Southwest Coordinator of 2020-2021 and is currently working in Steve Time Associates as a junior quantity surveyor. So without further ado, I'd like us to, with a resounding applause, using our clapping emoji, to welcome our next speaker of the day in person of Comrade Akintunde Ademilola Ayomide. Please let's keep clapping with our emojis until he takes the stage. Yes, sir, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon once again. Please, can you hear me? I'm very sorry. Good afternoon. I greet everyone on the platform, and then the speakers that have spoken. I greet everyone, and then I greet our boss, the YQS coordinator. Thanks so much, sir, for your support. Yeah, that's the QS Olumide. You've been supporting the Naqss in every aspect. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for bringing up and for raising up your children in the profession. And then I wanted to say a big thanks to the current Naqss Southwest coordinator. You have started well, and I pray you will end it well in Jesus' name. Yeah, and then all my people, all fellow both graduate QS, undergraduate QS, and then my senior colleagues and the professional, I truly aid you. Yeah, without wasting much of my time, we make everything very snappy because initially I have already canceled the meeting, not because of anything, but because of certain obstruction that happened. So, but all thanks to God, I just have to excuse myself from that place. And then I prepared a slide, just like maybe 7 slide, but I won't be able to present it again because of the time taken. So I will just brief it. Uh, the first speaker, Comrade Oluwatobi, have spoken, while the second speaker, that Comrade Sarah, uh, have, uh, have enlightened us. So I will just, from my end here, like the topic says that navigating academic challenges and professional growth in the quantity surveying profession. You know, we all know what quantity surveying is all about. So I don't have to repeat what quantity surveying is all about. Again, uh, a graduate today, I've been an undergraduate yesterday. So, and then passed through a series of assignment, tests, and the likes. And I've passed through series of challenges. Let me just, I just have 4 points under these academic challenges in quantity surveying. Academic challenges in quantity surveying. And if I start mentioning them, most of us will agree with me that these are the most challenge many of us are facing. And with key points, I will just CHSL. CHSL. The C stands for complexity of subject matter. You know, the complexity of subject matter, like, valuation. You are not being into this valuation, 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, 400. You now go to 500 level. They now started telling you what you've not been aware of before. You look at the complexity, you look at the cumbersome of that kind of thing, and you be like, wow. But I can tell you, you don't have to give up. Yes, you don't have to give up. That's the C there, the complexity of subject matter. The H is the heavy load. Don't forget, I said CHSL, heavy load. Mostly final year students will agree with me with this. Your project, your test, assignment, here and there, different things, different assignment from the lecturer. You have to do this, you have to do that. That kind of heavy load is a kind of challenge to many undergraduates, to many, even in masters, in you know heavy workload. Then the other is the skill gap. And the two speakers they spoke on this. There are skills. They don't let us deceive ourselves. There are skills gap in in quantity, so in the academics and then the industry. There are the skills. There are gaps there, and then lack of industry exposure. Many of us, if thanks for the internship, many of us who have been familiar with any industry experience. We won't have been familiar with. So there are gaps there, lack of industry exposure, lack of industry experience. That's the academic challenge in quantity survey, which I just summarized as CHSL. Then let me just move straight to bridging the gap. Sorry, I'm coming. Sorry, please, I'm coming. Please, I'm coming. Few minutes. I'm coming now. Hey, hey. Okay. So we have to bridge the gap in the academic practice. We have to bridge the gap. And how do we bridge this gap? The first thing is practical experience. There is no successful QS today that doesn't have the practical experience. It is very, very important. We need it in our measurements, in valuation. You can't get to the site today and without having that practical experience, there is nothing you can do. That's just the basic, that will be the truth. You need that practical experience. This goes solely, like, let me just say, the maybe the all 400 level in all institutions preparing to go for internship. I think next year, please make sure wherever you find yourself, either consulting or contracting. You need that practical experience. Please, it will help you a lot in quantity surveying profession. When you are doing your measurement, the practical will help you. Then industry collaboration. Please, I believe we have the institution ESCOs in the group already. Please, you can align with your HODs. Please, you need industry collaboration. I could remember then I raised it while I was still in school then that there is something we call what do we call it again? Uh, Feed trip. Yes, feed trip. It's very, very important. You pay for it. And I went ahead and made the HOD. Then I said, sir, we need feed trip. My people need feed trip because I happen to be the class rep then. And I just have to do everything. But one thing they told me then was because of the security issue of the country, that the feed trip cannot be achieved. Please, there should be collaboration between the school and the industry. Anywhere you are doing your IT, there is nothing bad in it if your HOD can be aware of the place, either consulting or contracting. We have some contracting firm whereby when you get there, you are not going to learn anything. The only thing you are going to learn is how to mix cement, how to mix this thing. The only thing you are going to learn, let me just be sincere, maybe site supervision. That's what they may mostly use you for. So please, we need the industry collaboration. We need the industry collaboration. And then only soft skills. You have to develop your skills. School will not teach you everything. Schools will not teach you everything. Yes, you have to pay. You have to be ready to learn. You have to ready get yourself prepared ahead, please. And then mentorship. They've been mentioning this mentorship. They've been mentioning it for a while. Mentorship is very, very important. Mentorship is very, very important. You have to liaise with you have to have a mentor if you want to grow like if you want to grow up to move faster in this profession. You have you need mentor. You can take your HOD as a mentor. If you feel like the man wants it, that's just the truth. I won't mention the name. I've been in the states. I was in a state. I think that was last this year. You know, in a certain school, whereby they are taking a content survey. But after my research, we discovered that many of their lecturers are not members of NIQS. Want to talk of KSRBA, and they are graduating QS every year. So please, you need mentors. You need mentor. It's very, very important. Please take note of that. Let me just rephrase that place again once again. Practical experience, industry collaboration, only soft skills, then mentorship. That's just all. Then let me just go to the last part. This is just a takeaway. You just take away for all of us, please. Success requires a blend of strong academic foundation and practical skills. Now, I need to skip so many slides, so please, just because of the time. Number one, just take this. Oh, you can note it down. You can note it down. It's very important. Success requires a blend of strong academic foundation and practical skills. Underline those two words: academic foundation and practical skills. Whenever you are going for a practical section in your school, please don't joke with it. It's very important. It helps you. That's the foundation of everything. There is no way any company you find yourself today, the foundation of it is what you've learned in school. Academic foundation. The second one, continuous learning and adaptability are non-negotiable. You have to learn. You learn only. You have to continue. Learning continuity, please. Don't joke with it. Don't joke, don't don't joke with it. The third one, embrace technology and specialization to create new opportunities. You know, we have our QS in MEP, in road and bridges, in every construction, in sustainability, in building and this thing. Just know your path, please. Just know your path. Then, professional growth is driven by a commitment to personal development and networking. And that will be the last thing. Professional growth is driven by commitment to personal development and networking. You have to network. You have to meet people. You register as what? Be a member of the NIQS. Network with the with our baba and mamas in the profession. Please, you need it. You can't work alone. You can't. You can't. What you've learned in school, they are just the prerequisite of what you needed in the industry. Trust me, it will help you to go far in the industry. It will help you to achieve a lot if you knows it. Network, it's very, very important. And I will be stopping here. Thanks.
Wow, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that session. It was very, very insightful. Yes, networking is like you really can't work. You can't go on this journey yourself, right? Thank you so much, sir, for that session. Great. So we'll be going into the Q&A session. Who is excited? I'd like you to share your excitement the in the chat box. Just share the excitement, and then yes, the emojis. Thank you so much. I can see more people have joined us. There's Gaza, there is Faith Oloyede. Yes, I can see Great Faith. I can see Ikuku Wisdom. Yes, you're welcome. So great. So in the course of the webinars, we were able to get at least 3 questions, and I would like to speak about the questions. Yes, I would like you to know that we have one more speaker. So after the Q&A, then we now have like our speaker, and this speaker is the BGS of Futa. So you don't want to miss that last session. You don't want to miss it. Great. So yes, during the course of our webinar, we had 3 questions that I would like to iterate. One of it is, in looking for a career mentor, how can students like us find these mentors, and where can we meet one that can also show us some sites where we can see work done on what we have learned? Because I believe experience is the best teacher. So we have somebody speaking about how we can get a mentor that can provide practical experiences so that they can learn. So is there any of the speaker that would like to speak about that? I think QS was during QS Olumide's session. So with QS Olumide, I don't know if still on the call. Sir, would you like to take that question, sir? Yes, I don't think he's on the call. Okay, yes. QS Toby, sir. Please, sir, would you like to take a question?
Okay, good afternoon once again to those that just joined. And yeah, the question is about mentorship. Okay, yeah. The thing is, once you have been able to identify who your mentor is, that's the next step goes beyond just chatting the person. The mentor will be responsible for your guidance. You understand? He or she is going to help you through the path, for job opportunity. It may not even be for job opportunity. necessarily. If you are looking for maybe materials on some topics, or you are looking for drawings, or you are looking for access, maybe um, there's a place you need to reach, or a firm you need to get access, maybe for your research, you need some information from them. Those people help you connect. They are like a bridge. They help you um, get access to where you do not think you will be able to reach. You understand? And the essence of all of this is just to nurture you, help you, help you through the paths that they have probably failed, so they help you correct their own wrongs too. You understand? So the work of a mentor is beyond just having their contact. They are like they are like teachers, or guidance that are going to be nurturing you through the paths that they have walked that you haven't walked. You understand? So it's the if you look at mentorship, it is beyond having the contact. It goes beyond that. They are always going to be responsible for you, provided that you are serious minded. So I mean, reach out to people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform. Attend conferences. These are places you can meet people that when you see from distance, you'll be like, will I be able to even get access to these people? When you attend conferences, you'll be able to see these people live and direct. I compose yourself, dress well, look nice, smell nice, um, speak fluently, be humble, you know, just be ethical too. You understand? Um, Carry yourself in a manner that they will even see you as a serious person. Yeah, I can't want to have a mentee now, and maybe all if I'm doing your WhatsApp status, all what you're posting is club, drinking, smoking. I mean, I wouldn't want to take you serious. You understand? Even if you think you are serious, nobody will want to take you serious. Or maybe all the things you are posting is um, irrelevant to the profession. If you check some of us, our status today, what we are posting is either the field related, or something that is germane to people's interests that want to have us as their mentee or what have you. You understand? So let us work on ourselves, on the intentionality of getting a mentor. Platforms to get those mentors are LinkedIn, attending conference, um, QS group chat, YKSF forums, and etc. You understand? So there is need for we seeking mentorship to be well prepared for that. Thank you. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, yes, it does. Thank you very much, sir. So another question we have, honestly, the truth actually, I just wanted to just say a little about mentorship. I'm glad that people are looking towards getting mentors and all that, but there's a thin line between getting a mentor and also how you're being mentored by this so-called mentor. Some people believe that once they have somebody that is willing to pour into them, they're just like, whenever the person asks my time, just enter my DM and be giving me teachings. That's not how it works, right? You need to constantly check in, you need to constantly drop a message, right? Like QS Toby said during his session, I greet them on their birthdays, drop festive greetings, and also ask questions. You're the one in the receiving side, so you need to always ask questions, right? So that people are not always saying, we have mentors when they're not willing to talk. Are you willing to receive? Are you asking questions that shows that you want to receive? So that's just my 2 cents. Okay, great. So another question we have here is, can we get something like a brochure on how we can go about being a professional member? Yes, I believe there's always a write-up that is always sent around for people who want to be professional members. And what is the best way? We have another question. and I believe it will be sent on the group by the Southwest coordinator. So, what is the best way of finding the best networking system that will help us achieve our goal? Yes, I believe our last speaker really spoke about networking systems. So I would like him to answer the question on that. I don't know if it's on the call. Comrade Ademilola Akintunde. Okay, I guess it's not on the call. So yes, QS Sarah, please, Ma, can you take the question, like the answer to the question? Like, what is the best way of finding the best networking system that will help us achieve our goal? And how can networking be achieved?
You need to start from your school first. You start from your school. It all starts from the school. You have to be, there is a mental. You have to start from there. During your CWES, where do you do your CWES? Some people don't go to do CWES in construction or consultancy. They go to do their CWES in pharmacy. Some will even go and be doing hairdressing, barbing. They'll forget about the profession. So where your interest, be intentional about where you do your service, CWES, IT, NYC, very important. At each point in your life, once you are out, you have holidays. You cannot be schooling from January to December. There is holiday in between. Look for chapter around that place, your vicinity. I am in FCT chapter. I'm also in Benue State chapter. I'm also in Ondo State chapter. Anywhere I reside, I look for the nearest NIQS platform chapter there to associate myself with. So I don't say because I'm not from Ondo State chapter, I will not attend the activities. It's one body and it's one profession and it's one goal. So anywhere you find yourself, go to that chapter and make yourself useful and relevant. Hope you answered the question.
Yes, my dear. Thank you very much, ma. That's basic strategic that's basic strategic what's the name, networking. So please let's take note of that. So our final question for this session before we have our BGS from FUTA, it says from NAQSS FUTA, and it says, how does early involvement with NIQS student membership help our transition after school? Yes, how does early involvement with NIQS student membership help our transition after school? Okay, and the other question the person asks is, what steps should we start taking now to build a strong professional foundation before graduation? So QS Toby, please, would you like to take that question?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Naqss Peter, I think that the person's name. Okay, so one thing we need to understand is that when when we got our admission letter, your professional journey is already expected to start. Do you understand? Now, the thing is this, um, you should know that you are studying a professional course. You should know. Being a year one student already, you should know that you are studying a professional course. Now, when you are studying a professional course, it is expected that you associate yourself with your professional body. You understand? Now, if you associate yourself with your professional body, being a student member gives you the privilege that the current happenings within the institute. For instance, the former speaker was saying he found himself in a state that some lecturers are not even registered members, stuff like that. He didn't mention the name. Now, if, for instance, those lecturers happens to be corporate members with NIQS or the institutes, the same emails they are receiving as a registered member That is the same email you will be getting as a student. Now, what gives you that edge is that NIQS doesn't care if you are a student or not. They also care about your up-to-date information. As a student member, you have access to their research, what do they call it? Their course data bank and what have you. There are a lot of opportunities that you can get during those days. If you want to attend BGM, the criteria is, I don't know what has happened now. The criteria is you must be a registered student member before you are being considered for accommodation. And that is to also tell you that for some quiz debates organized back then, the criteria used to be your registration with NIQS must be well spelled out. In fact, you must have a registered or assigned membership number. And the student membership number starts with S, while the graduate or professional membership number starts with P. You understand? Then the technicians start with T. Who are the technicians? Maybe you study architecture, you now want to move to QS. There's a cadre for you. Your membership, you apply and they'll go through your document, but they must ensure that you are not far from the built environment. You must have studied either estate management, accounting, building, maybe surveying and geoinformatics. Then when we check your documents or when they check your documents, they approve your membership, then give you the technical membership cadre of NIQS. So can QS also take advantage in other professions, but I may not really delve into that for now because we are not talking about diversifying here. So it's just to let you know that it is important for you to have this membership. But the unfortunate thing is this, which I have personally raised the question in a leadership forum that um, when students registered member during the undergraduate days registered with NIQS, we need to abolish the fact that they need to reapply into the probational cadre. They just need a little upgrade, and the upgrade should just be them submitting their statement of results and maybe a token to the institute for that process. But it's unfortunate that we are not yet there. I believe it's still something we'll keep advocating that once student membership, once you are registered as a student member, you don't need to reapply into the professional cadres. But it's something that we will still keep championing that cause because some of us, it is even a killing of a tax for some students to now finish filling the form to submit is another thing. That's why over the years, we or some of us, like myself, I have taken the course to like tell students once you have filled your form, scan it to me. Don't worry about your transportation or what have you. Though, if you are scanning to me, I still need to print it out. And that sometimes used to be on my own neck printing for. But, we must keep encouraging students that once you have show the intent to be a student member, he will help you with the submission and also follow up on your successful application. So the importance is this, it gives you first-hand information. The same emails you are receiving with your lecturers, they are getting it. And I think at some point, NIQS used to travel annually. Yes, they travel annually. So they used to send those updates on the what do they call it on your various email, provided your email is correct when you are applying. And these are also opportunities for international um, tour with the institute or what have you. So it's not that you are going to Japan and not return. Oh, no, you are not going to do that, right? So also when you are registered student member, you can probably put it on your CV. You never can tell maybe when you are going for internship when the people that want to receive your application see that so this student is also registered with the institute. They look you as a focused person. They look you at with somebody that knows what he's doing. Because for you to have registered as a student member of the institute, they know that you are definitely focused and you know where you are going. And also, it helps you whatever maybe application you want to do internationally, they give you that recognition, the fact that you are registered with your professional body, because they see you that you have um, a, 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 a association with your institute. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. That was very insightful. Please, I would like us to give QS Toby like another round of applause for sacrificing for students like us. In our student application. Really, thank you very much, sir. I mean, anytime somebody in my department wants to, go for a student membership application, I try my best to just tell the person that, you know what, we have QS Toby who's going to help with your student application, and really he has always been turning out for us. So thank you very much, sir. So now we are going into the final session of today's webinar, today's mentorship program, and we're having with us the BGS from Federal University of Technology, FUTA, right? So now, please, I would like you to welcome with me, right, Miss Dorcas Temidayo. So I'll be reading a citation now, and I want you to please encourage her with like a round of applause. I mean, it's not easy to be the best graded student of environmental sciences, right? And also of quantity surveying department. Really, she did us proud. Great. So Dorcas Temidayo is a graduate of quantity surveying from the Federal University of Technology, where she excelled academically as the best female student of the 2023-2024 class. She's the best graduating student in the School of Environmental Studies and the best student in quantity surveying department. Alongside her academic journey, she's involved in product management, marketing strategy, and social media management, applying analytical thinking and creativity across various initiatives. She's a public speaker, a sustainability enthusiast, and Ms. Temidayo is guided by faith, purpose, and a strong commitment to excellence and impact. So with a resounding applause, kindly welcome with me, Miss Dorcas Temidayo. Thank you very much, ma. Please, let's keep encouraging her. Let's keep applauding her until she comes on stage and she begins her presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
It's such a honor and it's such a pleasure to be here amongst our midst. And first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that has spoken because I've learned so many things, so many things. And I hope you are not tired because I don't understand because I know time has been fast spent and we started by 1 and this is 3 and I hope I'm not tired, basically, because by God's grace, this session is going to be an amazing session. But before then, I am. Thank you very much for that, Naqss. I appreciate it. So before then, I was just seated here thinking about what QS Toby has said. Mrs. Sarah, QS Sarah, QS, and so many. Let me just check the brochure. The flyer rather, QS Akintunde and QS Olumide. I've learned so many things. And for the fact that they mentioned something about volunteering, and there was something QS Toby mentioned about, the CGPA measures. Your CGPA does not determine the extent to which you're going to go far in the profession and things like that. They were so amazing, and I will not lie, I was really I will not use the word blessed here, but I can still use the word blessed. It was really an exciting session for me. Moving on, um, first of all, I got the memo that okay, I was to speak in the Southwest in a webinar, and I kept thinking to myself, navigating academic challenges. I mean, what exactly is the best challenge people face? What's the greatest challenge students face in general? And then I kept asking myself, okay, when I was an undergraduate, things like that. What exactly is the thing? Could it be the financial, seasons? Could it be, the whole pressure with assignments and tests and things like that? And then I kept on asking myself, and then I got to a conclusion that the biggest academic challenge students face is not intelligence. Funniest thing, by God's grace, I graduated last month. Yes, it's been a month already. And it's been a long ride. So to some extent, I feel like I have, would I say I have the rights and have I have some sort of license to speak on behalf of so many of us. We've gone through school and, the learning process and everything. So we've all gone through that route. And I can still say some certain things that, we all have faced one way or the other in school. Now, what exactly is the biggest challenge students face? First of all, I said that it is learning how to manage themselves in a system that suddenly expects maturity, discipline, and focus without teaching it. Let me come again. I said that the biggest academic challenge students face is not intelligence. It is learning how to manage themselves in a system that suddenly expects maturity and focus without teaching it. You will not be taught how to, focus in school. No lecturer is going to tell you that, okay, well, this is the time to do anything in school. Nobody is going to, challenge you. Nobody's even going to nobody really cares. I mean, school is just there to teach you whatever they want to teach you. And this leads me to my next point. So many people feel school is scam. Please, POV, school is not scam. And I'm going to tell you something. I feel like many people feel like, okay, you are in school because you want to make money, you want to do something, you want to be able to get everything you want in life. And I think that's where we are all missing it wrong. School is not for money, is not to get money. I mean, it is part of it. We all need money here. But school is for self-development and not to make money. The other time I was scrolling through Instagram and then I came across this popular person, DJ Kupi. We all know her. I don't know if you know her, but then she's someone that I kind of respect, especially when it comes to education. And for the fact that she's born with a silver spoon and she keeps on, adding to herself, adding to her value, something that makes me wonder, what does this girl still want? And she made mention of so many things when I came across her post about how she has been endowed with so much knowledge and education. And even from the way she speaks, the way she carries herself, the kind of things she says, it shows that school is for self-development. To be very honest, I've heard so many people that have come out, that have decided not to go to school and they are doing so much well. And I've also heard so many people that, have gone through the walls of school and are also doing so much well. But then I can still tell you that even those people that don't even go to school, to some extent, there's still some knowledge, there's still some, education or learning they still have to go through to be able to, come out and shape their self their I'm trying to look for the right word to shape their self worth. I will not use the word self-worth, but to shape or to maybe grow their self image or to also add to themselves. It shows that we all need knowledge, we all need schooling, one way or the other. It might not be a registered institution, it's just still on the four walls of schooling. So school is not scam. And I'll start my statement from there. School is not scam. If you are studying quant surveying profession, and I'll tell you that you are studying an amazing course. I remember when I first of all got admitted to quant surveying department, I did not, in fact, I was not really it's not like I knew about the quant surveying profession like that. Yeah, but I wanted to go for chemical engineering. But then my dad is an electrical engineer. I knew about the quant surveying profession. And he was like, he was trying to look at my strengths and he was mentioning to me that I was a fan of chemistry and I loved economics and I loved so many things in the quant surveying range, the subject that we asked to choose. And he was just, pitching to me that I should go for quant surveying. But in the long run, I was like, okay, let me just try, let's see how it goes. I'm more, I don't really know about this course. And the thing that, that was really pushing me back was the fact that I knew nothing about the construction industry. It just it still gives me nostalgic vibes. I remember my 100 level when the lecturer just entered the class and is asking so many questions about what is the height of so wall, what is the this thing, what is a beam, what is a column. I knew nothing of such. I was not informed. I knew nothing about the construction industry. I was just there, and I was just in my mind, I was just like, what, let me just finish school and let me just see how it's going to be. And let's see what life throws at me. I was not even aiming for a first class or things like that. But you know what? It's something school does for you. I was able to, like, through schooling, I did not just learn, I grew. And I got to understand that, this construction environment is something that, we do not speak about so much as often. The other day, I was speaking to my friend. I'm so sorry to go through this route, but then I was speaking to my friend. I was like, okay, the fastest way to kill people is through construction, because I mean, a doctor can only kill one patient at a time. But then just imagine a whole bridge falling. So many people are going to die. Yes, because just imagine a whole building in a particular. Just imagine, let's say a skyscraper holding several offices in different calibers and things like that. Just imagine it's falling. So it means that the construction environment is, something very something very big that we do not talk about most of the time. So then that was when I started, thinking about my life in school. I was like, okay, you know what, this construction industry is not that bad, though. But then let's see how it goes. So I'm still going to rephrase again. What is the biggest challenge students face? The biggest academic challenge students face is not intelligence. It is learning how to manage themselves in a system that suddenly expects maturity, discipline, and focus without teaching it. Now, this leads me to transition shock. You're in 100 level, you're coming to school, there's the old vibe, you're now a big girl, you're now a big boy, you have the leverage to do whatever you want to do, things like that. I mean, we've all gone through that. I mean, I can speak for myself. I've gone through all those series of emotional this thing. When I came in 111 footer, I just wanted to, like, I felt like I was free. No stress until, glory be to God. Yes, we happened to go on strike. No strike. It was Corona break, and going back home, I had to, like, re-strategize and think about myself. And I felt really bored. Basically, I was like, you know what, I have to learn one or two things. And that was when I started trying to build my CGPA. Let me tell you something. I know CGPA is not a prerequisite to doing very well in life, but I'll tell you that in in the journey of your success, it is very important to do the best in everything you can do. Yes, because let me tell you something. I did not aim to be a BGS best female student in Futana. I was not aiming for anything of such. But there was something that I'm very known for doing. And in my department, and everywhere I find myself, if I find myself doing something, I always try to put my best in that particular thing. And it shows that, and through all those constant doings of mine, I will just try to, like, give in my all in every single thing I'm told to do. It's coincidentally shaped where I was becoming. So it means that your attitude, people say, okay, character, character. No, character is not just a thing that you just develop all of a sudden. It's something that you constantly do over time. You are coming out of school. It is the character that you've built over the years that becomes you. You are working in a particular firm, you're asked to do a particular thing, and you're like, oh, I've done this particular thing. What is the essence? Let me just do it and submit. But no, you just, honestly, I think it's the way we all downplay whatever we do. Before you know it, you just realize that you're just existing. You are not impacting. And that's something I want us to know right now. Moving on, no one is during your transition shock period. No one is chasing you to attend lectures. No one checks if you have read. No one reminds you of timelines. In fact, you are so free. There is no guidance of any such, except if you want to. There is just this open-ended opportunity for you. I'm like, okay, you know what? What's the way forward? And first thing, it is from that beginning period that determines our course in school. I mean, along the way, you can still, try to shape yourself and become the best version of yourself. But there are so many people that miss it, especially from the beginning period. And I'll still say it that the blessed people we have here are the 100 level students or 200 level students that are still starting. Because if you are here, it shows that you are intentional about your growth. And there are so many things you can do right now, so many opportunities you can delve into. In fact, the world is becoming more and more global. There are so many things. If you can join the Students Association ASAP, it is so beautiful. It is an added value for you. If you can start volunteering from now, if you can start doing things, it's a huge milestone on its own. Briefly, I'm going to be mentioning the three main challenges students face, and I group them into three main challenges, by the way. The first one I'm going to speak about is poor self-management and time control. The second one is academic pressure and mental strain. The third one is lack of guidance, support, and direction. I don't want to take much of our time because time is fast spent already, and I just want to quickly say this. I'm trying not to sound cliche. I hope you all understand that because, I don't want to start by saying, manage your time because, we are all students. One way or the other, we have glitches, we have our faults, that kind of thing. But I want to also mention that all these things are actually very important and they are things that are very achievable. I hope you all understand. I've been there, okay, and it's so easy to, have assignments and tests, and also be very lackadaisical about it. It's so easy, so much easy. But then it is also easy to, put in the right frame and structures needed for your own growth. Now, poor self-management and time control. We all know what that means. You know, timing. So many people, they believe that, okay, I know one of my friends that I know is very, very smart. Okay, this reminds me of something. I remember when I was in 100 level, there was this friend of mine that told me that he's not going to read. He said he believes that reading is for those people that do not know that, and he's not going to read because he feels like he already knows. And then I told him that, I know I don't know, so I will read. This leads me to my first point, self-management. Know yourself. Some people act as if no, they know everything. Some people feel like okay, they don't need to learn, and that's the first beginning of failure. Because the more you don't learn, the more you don't grow. So it's a lose-lose opportunity. Yes, you don't learn, you don't grow. So you feel like okay, there are so many things you know. You feel like you are the boss of everything. There are so many ways that that friends try to like speak nonsense into your head, like oh you don't need to read. You are smart already. Actually, when let's just imagine you're the best graduating student in your 100 level and 200 level days. So many ways that your friends can come to me to this thing. You don't need to do all these type of things. Just sit down and things like that. But with time, just realize that your learning process is just gradually going down, and before you know it, you're just there. You're not learning, you're not growing. And for you to catch up, when everybody has caught up on other things, you find it very hard and you struggle. So this is why I realized that out of 100%, up to 75% of why students do not excel academically is this poor self-management and time control. So many people, also feel like, you don't need to go for classes that you already know. You can just, read the notes from the class group. You can just ask your friends or maybe attend tutorials. Honestly, I feel like those people that don't do that, they don't. I'm not saying they might not pass, don't get me wrong, but then there's a huge difference between those people that attend classes and those people that do not attend classes. Why? There's something called first-hand knowledge. You are learning from a particular source. Now, if I'm to teach, okay, I'm attending a particular lecture. If I'm to teach someone else that particular thing, trust me, I cannot say everything word for word what the lecturer has taught me. I can only tell him what I've understood from the lecture. First thing, it might not even be about what the course is about. It might just be something different, something that the lecturer is just talking about randomly, and boom, you are working as a quant surveyor. You are working, delving into life opportunities, and then you just remember what the lecturer said years ago. Oh my God, I've come across this thing before. Oh, things like that. So this is what am I trying to say in essence is that one of the major things why people do not pass is poor self-management and time control. Another area in this poor self-management and time control thing is procrastination. Now, I'm very guilty about that thing. It's something that I've done over the time because I just had to like learn from it. Because once and okay, a very good example was during my final year seasons. So during my project time, I had so many things to do, and I remember that time I had to like share to so many people my my what do you call it again? My I don't remember right now. My survey, thank you very much. I had to share to so many people my survey on LinkedIn and try to, connect to them and interact with them. Okay, during my second semester, I felt like, okay, I'd done the majority of my project work and I was like, you know what, let me just take a break and, try to like, do one or two things because I was simultaneously working and, schooling. Or like, let me just, take a break and, do one or two things. Before you know it, I started lacking behind. And I will tell you that trying to struggle during trying to finish up my project and trying to struggle to meet up with the finish date of my project work was very hard for me because I my time management here was very zero. It's something that I could have just done regardless and stopped procrastinating. I could have just done and rested. But I felt like okay, what, I've done majority of the thing. Let me just take a break and let me just have time for myself to be able to like delve into other things. But that is a no. There is something we need to talk about, during our secondary school days, opportunity cost, sacrificing one thing for the other. And it's something that I feel we should also apply during academics, you should learn when to choose one thing over the other. I'm not trying to say what I was working in was not important, but like I said, there is time for everything. School is for self-development. It is not the time to make money. Making money is beautiful, don't get me wrong. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing if you can manage it. But then also when it is time to put in the work in school, it is also beautiful to what I'm trying to say in essence is that when it is time to put in the work in school, it is just put in the work and just learn to like balance it. There are times you are working, you're trying to like work in school. Yeah, you don't need to even do anything in regards to that. There are times you just need to put it down and face the major things in your life during that particular period. Moving on, lack of personal discipline. I feel like it's something that we all are guilty of. Yes. Um, everybody feels like they are in control. Everybody feels like they can do so many things. But I can tell you, it is a blessing if you can discipline yourself. If you are not actually, I'm so sorry. Permit me to use this Bible phrase. I'm so sorry to those people that are non-Christians, but there's this Bible phrase that I usually hold dearly. It says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his doing? He shall walk before kings and not mere men." It is just the fact. It is just the fact. And this all boils down to discipline. If you are not intentional, that's the thing. I mean, it's so easy to say, okay, you passed, you have read. It is so easy because there are so many people that have read. I mean, there are so many people that, that have read better than me, even better than you. And there are so many people that have read so hard and they are still not doing very well. And there are still so many people that, they feel like that, like the example I was giving earlier, my friend that was saying that he does not want to read, I was like, okay, he's going to delve into other things because he feels like he knows what he's doing. And first thing, he graduated well, but that particular semester that he felt like he knew most of the things that he was being taught, he did not really perform to his own expectation. So what am I trying to say in essence? You need to be very disciplined. And I'm not trying to sound fishy again. I'm trying to tell you that it's something we've all gone through. And it's a normal thing that, you feel just want to do one thing or the other. You want to rest. Beautiful. Ensure you rest because I rest a lot. But then ensure you have structures and you're able to like manage yourself most importantly. Another point in this poor self-management and time control, I'll just try to read everything through because of our time, is distractions. Another one, difficulty balancing lectures, assignment, and personal life. I think I've spoken about that. Another thing is starting academic work too late. I think I've spoken about that too. But I'm going to go back to this distractions thing. Social media, friends, lifestyle. I'm not going to lie to you. When it comes to social media, I am a social media lover. I love to like be in the social space and know what is going on. And it's very important for us to hear. But then, okay, now permit me to say this. People feel, okay, in school, when you have relationships, when you are doing this, they are all distractions. But I feel like we also downplay the power of other things that can be, distractions to us. People are always like, okay, your parents to tell you you're leaving school. Oh, don't do this. Oh, Mashi, don't do this. Don't do this. But then there's so many things in school that can actually be a distraction to you. So I don't want you to downplay the power of these distractions things. I want you to like be very intentional and know the things that are distracting you beforehand. Because I'm a fan of the first thing you that can the first thing that can affect you in life is knowing the source of a particular problem. Because if you do not know the source, you end up falling for everything. You just end up being confused in life. So moving on, I'm just going to read through the rest and make pointers. Is academic pressure and mental strain. Now, I feel like so many people do not really understand the power of mental health and pressure or things like that. With my remaining time, I'm going to just try to speak about this little thing. I once had a 2-1 in my 100 level second semester. And trust me, that was the semester I read the hardest in my entire life in FOTA. Because I felt like, okay, I was already leading the department in my first semester. So I had to like put in the work in my second semester. Unknowing to me, too much pressure. I still like trying to read so hard. I'll attend all the lectures. I'll read everything. And I had my lowest CGPA. What am I trying to say? Nobody dwells very well under pressure. In fact, if you want two men to run a particular field and one person is carrying a heavy bag and the other person is not carrying anything, and you ask them to run a 100-meter race, there's a higher possibility that the person that is not carrying any bag will, surpass the one carrying a bag. So it means that no one can work well under pressure. If your mental health is low, don't pressure yourself. Okay, I want to carry first class. I really don't like it when people put so much immense pressure on themselves. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, like I'm saying, but then it is more beautiful when you can take your time to step back and reassure yourself that you are. They'll say have positive thinking. You're able to step back and just be hopeful, put in the work, but do not stress yourself. Like stop stressing. Stop stressing. All those things that I tell people, if you're looking for something good, those good things are looking for you. That's just a fact in life. They are looking for you, but then you just have to get them the right way. Stop trying to pressure yourself and face life as if life is a do or die situation. Your mental health is very important. If you want to go far in life, even outside school, your mental health is very, very important. Pay so much attention to it. There are times you need to rest. There are times you need to even watch movies. There are times you need to relax. There are times you need to meet friends. I'm not trying to say that there should be distractions to you. You have to know when to stop and when to start. But most importantly, pay attention to your mental health. And this leads me to the last point in the problems that we face as students, which is lack of guidance, support, and direction. I was saying when I first of all started speaking, I said there are so many things that I wished I had known, when I was an undergraduate. It's not like I had not known then, but we still really underplay the power of guidance and direction. Trust me, no one is an island of knowledge. We all know that. We all know that, but we do not always remember that. You cannot know everything. There are so many things that your friends even have to mentor you about. Your colleagues need to mentor you about. The people that have gone ahead of you need to mentor you about. There are so many things that you need to learn from the social space. There are so many things you need to learn. So I want to place yourself where you can learn and stop trying to act okay. You feel like okay, you can. I mean, there's so many beautiful, brilliant people. Beautiful. Don't stop, feeling like okay because you feel you are smart enough. You don't need guidance. Trust me, that's the beginning of failure. You need to be very cautious about learning from other people and learn from people's mistakes. Very important. So I just did quite a few things about guidance and support, which says poor understanding of courses and the CGPA system, not knowing effective study methods, lack of mentorship and academic guidance, fear of asking questions. I'm so sorry because of time, but I would like to do a little bit of this fear of asking questions. Now, I was the kind of person prior to my coming into FOTA. I used to answer questions in my secondary school, and when I was going for tutorials to just maximize time before entering FOTA. So there was this tutorial I went for, and then due to the fact that I was always answering questions, people were always coming for me, and I felt like okay, well, I'm entering FOTA now. I don't want to ask questions. I don't want to do anything of such. So I don't want to, I don't want people to be fighting with me. So let me not just ask questions. So that was my, motto from 100 level. And, that thing was slowly killing me until the time during my 300 level times that I had to like stand up for presentations, and I had to like try to build my confidence, something that I was running away from, and I was killing myself from a bit off rather, and affected me a long time. Let me just tell you something. Life punishes the timid, so you are not to you don't care about whatever people. I mean, it's easier said than done here because I've been a victim of such. But something I've learned about life is that life punishes the timid. Confidence is just a beautiful way. I mean, I feel like even if you are, you are you are doing very well academically and things like that, if you are not confident, if you are not, being in those, you're not working on yourself, you're self-confident, it's like there is no icing on the cake. So I really, because of time, I'll just stop here in this fear of asking questions thing, because if I'm to talk about it, we are going to spend the whole day. So moving on, I would like us to know how to navigate these problems. Yes, very important. I'm just going to scan through it. So the first problem I mentioned was poor self-management and time control. I said it again. I don't want to sound cliche, but then it is something that is very important. That's why you need to study the kind of lecturer that is teaching you. I mean, people say it a lot of time, but I don't like it when students say, okay, I'm fighting this lecturer, I hate this lecturer, and you expect to pass the person's course. Trust me, you can pass the person's course, but you might not learn a lot of things you're supposed to learn. So stop, you just need to study the lecturer. Even if your lecturer offends you, learn to forgive, okay? Learn to just have this warm spirit and just let things go. Study the lecturer style and not just about the course content rather. Number two, I want you to plan your GPA strategically. Yes, yes. I tell people that come to meet me about one or two things. I do not aim for an A. Yes, I do not aim for A, and I do not want a B. So I aim for 100 for every semester, so that if peradventure I fall, I am, let's say I'm around still that A range and I do not want a B, so I aim for 100% in every particular course. So you have to like plan yourself. And this is not just about, the CGPA thing, it's about building your character. When you are working in the outer space, is the way you handle these little things that, determines how much you're going to handle the bigger things to come in life. Most importantly, use office hours to clarify expectations before exams or assignments. And this means that, I want you to develop an attitude of approaching your lecturers easily. I happen to be an assistant class rep, so it's something that I have to like grow learning and doing. I don't want you to be scared of your lecturers, even if they can be mean, even if they are mean or whatever it is. I want you to feel confident in yourself and feel confident that okay, there's so many things and there's no one that cannot be approached. Do you understand? There's no one that is not approachable. So you have to maximize that. Treat procrastination as a mental fatigue, not laziness. I'm so sorry I'm taking much of our time. But then, most importantly, start reading with a quick one. I was telling one of my friends some days back, but I'll just tell you how I read and one thing that has really helped me. The first thing that I tell myself that I tell myself one thing. I am not an island of knowledge. Yes, I want to learn and I want to know. So I do not expect myself to know everything. Okay. So one thing that I make sure I do, I just ensure I read up to 3 times. I read a course up to 3 times before the exam because I know it's not like I might not, I might not do the exam well, but because I want to get the best of that particular course, you know, I mean, it could be something that I might want to use, even after the schooling system. So I try to like get the best of it, by trying to read it up to 3 times to understand it very deeply and to also use it in my everyday life. If I can see it somewhere, if I can, use it in sentences, do you understand? So there are things that I do. So it's something that I do. The first step that I make is to just read it randomly. I'm not expecting to understand anything, but I'm just making effort. The second step that I do is that, okay, I'm intentionally reading this. But due to the first time I've read it, it becomes less harder for me. And the last time I'm going to read that particular thing, I'm mastering it. So it works very well for me. I don't know about you. You can just find out what works well for you. But ensure that you are reading to understand and you're not just cramming. Because who really cares about CGP? anyway. I mean, once everybody has graduated and things like that. So there are things that, becomes part of you so that you can be able to like stand out and excel appropriately. So most importantly, um, I want you to avoid unhealthy comparison with classmates. These are one thing that really killed me when I told you my CGPA went down in my 100 level second semester, because it's not like I was comparing myself here, but I felt a little pressure that, okay, you know what, there are so many people that might have known more than me, during the course of the academic session. And so, I have to like, try to like, so in my mind, I was like, okay, maybe, me being the best graduating student at that beginning time, maybe it was by luck. So I was very scared and I was like, I was really scared in a way to some extent. But one thing that I had to like tell myself over time was the fact that even if I do not know something, and other people know it, it still doesn't matter because I can learn. And also, there are so many things I might know that nobody knows. So always have this self confidence in yourself, and you can learn from your friends also. But do not compare yourself. In fact, so sorry, permit me to use this word. There was someone that told me that people that compare themselves with other people are the most stupid people on earth. So always believe that there's something special about you. There is a special approach that only you can give that no one in the entire world can do, and you have everything it takes. You don't need to compare. You don't need to try to compete. You don't need unhealthy competition. You are just you. Just remain you and keep growing. Break academic work into smaller tasks. As I mentioned that earlier. Talk to someone when overwhelmed. Yes. I mean, take care of your mental health. Take regular breaks to avoid burnout. You can watch movies. I watch movies a lot to calm myself. And you can also take breaks by volunteering, making good use of the time. Do you understand? Also, rest without guilt. Okay, do not overwhelm yourself with unnecessary activities. View failure as a feedback, not a defeat. I've had times in my life that I've had maybe one or two failures in life, but that's not the end of. I mean, the academic this thing or life things are not a do or die thing. So once you are not taking it as a do or die thing, trust me, you'll just begin to follow you automatically because you are not stressing yourself in the wrong direction about it. So, lastly, I'm going to say you should ask questions early and confidently. I've made mention of that. You seek mentors and senior guardians. You understand your CGP and course requirements. You join or build a serious study group. And I'll make mention of that, of something that I'm about to say. Basically, there's someone that I also really respect. Um, he just happens to be the kind of person that also used to carry this academic thing on his head in previous times. And there was something he did that I would like to share with you. Not everybody, I mean, everybody is different. For me, I'm not someone that I'm not someone that is everywhere, but I've tried to understand myself that if I'm to grow, I have to like also learn by teaching others. But I'm not the kind of person that will now want to like start teaching people in groups and everything because I cannot shout and my voice is quite not too loud. So it's something that I have to understand by my own self. So if I want to like train my colleagues, I rather teach them one on one or something like that. But this particular friend of mine, one thing that really captivated me that he did, it was someone that was quite struggling in at the beginning time. I know he emerged with a very wonderful CGPA when we were graduating, and it was something that he had to start teaching his colleagues. He will teach, he will do everything, and it's something that I've realized that works for so many people too. I mean, there's some people that can teach and might not, end up doing very well in the long run. But then I don't want it to be like that. I want it to like, when you are teaching, also try to add to yourself. And also when you are teaching, it's as if now you are lighting other people. Trust me, once you are lighting other people, it doesn't mean that your own candle is going to go dim or something like that. So as much as possible, try to engage your colleagues. You are serving. When you are serving, it adds to you. It doesn't deduct from you. So just find whatever works for you, okay? Just find whatever works for you. Mine is that I should just take one or two people at a time. If it comes to carrying the whole class or the whole people along, then it's fine. But just ensure that you're not just the only one rising. You also carry your friends along. Most importantly, learn from others' experiences. And that brings the end to my speech. And I'm not going to leave without saying this. I am a fan of God, the God factor, okay? Sometimes things do not just happen, okay? You have to like there's something called grace and things like that. You have to be very intentional about your work with God. It really helps. Okay, you have to like it helps you to rest and it helps you have this it builds your confidence, and helps you fill in the glitches when even yourself have strayed. So I think I've said most of the things that I wanted to say, and I'm so grateful that you've listened, and I hope you're able to like get the best of this thing, because there's so many things I want to say, but I'm trying to like rush everything, and I think it's quite obvious in the way I'm speaking. But then I just want you to know that do not put pressure on yourself. You are good to go. You are the best in your own self. You're being the best. I've been having the best GPA. If you are actually among the people having the best GPA, it doesn't mean you are dumb or anything. You are trying to build yourself for the future, because your attitude, your character forms your attitude forms your character. Whatever you are doing now forms who you are, and what you are going to become. Keep striving for the best, because only best people have the best things. So have a nice day, everybody. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh my God, that was amazing. Please, let's keep the applause coming in. Let's keep it coming in. Honestly, thank you so much, Ma, for pouring into us. You poured into us, really. I love the fact that you're able to debunk every myth associated with students who are academically excellent. The myth of always being scared. Okay, what if it was because I was lucky that I became DGS? What if it was because of this that I did this? What if tomorrow and the pressure that you receive from your classmates, right? Saying that, okay, and this one is always asking question. Even company, right? Oh my goodness. Please, let's give her once again a round of applause. Thank you so much, ma. Me, I want to talk this time. What stood out for me in every single thing that was said was self-leadership. Discovering yourself, knowing what works for you and all of that. Wow. This has been such an enriching session. So without further ado, I would like us to ask our questions. I'd like us to ask our questions. Yeah, sorry. So is there anyone who has a question? Can you drop your question in the chat box? Okay, so I can see a question from NAQSS Futa. Please, if you have any questions, can you indicate with a raise of hand, with a show of hands? Right, we're about to wrap up this session, and I would like to take questions now. So yes, so this person is saying, please, in a situation whereby there is financial constraint, emotional distress, perhaps from home or friends, or in conducive environment to assimilate while reading, how can one excel academically? And then another question is, do you read extensively, like consulting other textbooks? Yes, I believe this is directed to Ms. Dokas. Yes, ma, you can answer the question.
All right, thank you so much for the question. I appreciate this. Okay, let me read. The question says, in a situation where there is financial constraints, I don't really have much to say about that, because I don't really want to talk about myself, because it's something that I also went through. I happened to, enter school with my parents and we're going and that kind of thing. So there were some sort of pressures on my own end, trying to like have money and solve my daily needs and things like that. But for me, somebody stepped in to help me, and it might not really be what I was really expecting, but it kind of added for me, and that's why I had to like start working on the other to like balance school work and everything. But I had to like prioritize school. That's why I'm here and just giving the best no matter what. So if there is a financial constraint, okay, I will not downplay not working, honestly, because you need it. But then just know when to continue and when to stop. There is this man I really respect so much. I don't know, you can check him on LinkedIn. Yes, no, this man was handling up to 3 businesses at the same time. And he's still graduated as it's not even one of the, as the best graduating students in quant surveying. I think that was 2020 or 2019, one of it. 3 business at the same time. He was sponsoring himself to school, and he just did justice to that. You see him every day. In fact, when he's working, you just see him in book reading. The way his time management and his structuring is something that is crazy. I do not even understand for now. But if he can do it, and if I can do it, you too can do it. You also made mention of emotional distress, perhaps from home or friends. I made mention of something called pressure. I made mention of something called pressure, and it's something that I feel is not being talked about so much. Do not let anybody, yeah, in fact, if your family tells you you are in school, you must graduate with a first class, do not focus on that because you might end up not getting that first class. And honestly, it's something you can look forward to, but do not pressure yourself. It's a beautiful thing. It's not, is I'm graduating with a first class with a beautiful CGPA. I put in the work, but no, no, we are not doing that here. Do not allow pressures from home or friends, or in fact, I tell people I don't mind. I'm not someone that in fact, I love my friends so much, but if I have a friend that is really draining me in a way that I have to cry and be pressured every time, I just cut off completely. I'd rather block you. I'd rather do something because I don't know, because this mental health thing is something that I've faced. I mean, I kind of went to a depressive state for almost 2 years. So just imagine I'm trying to navigate through school. It's something that I can relate to. And coming out from it, I realized that there are so many things I could have done better if I did not prioritize this mental health thing. So you cannot go far if you keep on carrying these things on your head. In fact, that's what you will just be so limited. People keep progressing. And let me tell you something in life. Nobody cares about whatever you've gone through. People only care about your results. That's something. So if you're carrying all these things, and nobody say, hey, yeah, it's because she went through this, that's why this thing happened. Nobody cares actually. So you don't carry all these things away, because let me tell you something. There will always be problems in life. There will always be times that you have to like be sad about something or the other. But then I tell myself that okay, there is this problem, there is this thing. I choose joy no matter what. You just see me, even if I'm sad, you see me standing up and rejoicing that what, I choose to be happy today because today is today. And funny thing, when you are joyful, when you are happy, you tend to do better, you tend to excel better, you tend to communicate better, you tend to have better friendships because it's the kind of energy that you have that you attract. Because if you are sad, you keep attracting sadder friends, and you guys will be a sad crew, group of sad people. Before you know it, you're just sad. Life is shit. Life is bad. I keep dwelling on it, but you cannot grow from that. Moving on, you said, how can one excel academically? Do you read extensively, like consulting other textbooks? To be very honest, like I said, it's good to learn. It's beautiful to learn. And I think I made mention of how I read. I have to read 3 times. Trust me, I play a lot. So I have times that, I play a lot and I have friends and I, go out and I enjoy myself too. But I still ensure that for a particular course, because I'm not reading to cram that in. I'm reading to have a depth of understanding of that particular course. So because I want to know it, I want it to be a part of my everyday life. Do you understand? So I have to like read it 3 times, not to cram it, but just to understand and get the best of that particular course. So I think these are ways, okay. Like I made mention, you should, I mean, the kind of friends you have, also contribute a lot to your growth. I feel like there are some certain things that I wish I'd also known. I would have done better during my undergraduate days. Because, when you have friends that, that are telling you that, okay, I want to do this particular thing. Let's aim for a better CGPA this time around. Let's do this. Let's join this particular thing. Let's volunteer in this. You might not really be a fan of that, but you just realize that, okay, your friend is always talking about this. Boom, I also want to try. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I have very intellectual friends, and I have friends that, that are smart, that have the same or almost the same vision to which we are going to, or that kind of thing. I used to tell people, so sorry to take your time. Just imagine you and your friend are trying to like pull a rope, and then you are okay because you are in the positive side. You are standing up, and your friend is beneath, standing down, and you guys are trying to pull a rope. Trust me, it's so easy for the friend that is down to like easily pull you down than for you to pull the friend up. It's so easy because negativity is so attractive, and I don't know if attractive is a word, but sorry, attractive, yeah, yeah. It's so attractive, and it's something that if you're not very careful about, it just start becoming you. So, what I'm trying to say in essence is that I have wonderful friends, friends that, if they notice that one way or the other, your academic life, or you're just not attending class or something is just, wrong somewhere, they can be able to call you out. I know, stand in the gap or put you through one thing or the other. Another thing, have self confidence. I used to tell myself, even when I feel a little down and things like that, I tell myself, there are so many things that I know that other people do not know, even if I feel that there are so many things that they've done, okay? So I try to tell myself that, you know what, I might not know this thing now, but I can learn it. I can learn it now, okay? Do not feel like, okay, because you don't know it now, that's the ending of life. In fact, there's so many times you can learn that particular thing. So learn it immediately and move forward. And have this self-confidence in yourself. There's so many things that you know that other people do not know. If you don't have self-confidence, trust me, you'll not be able to go for a life, honestly. Because so sorry, I was reading a particular post on LinkedIn, and the girl was telling me that she was writing that the reason why she felt like she had not done well in school was because she was always scared of failure. Fear of this, fear of that. There's so many things to be afraid of. And all this fear of failure thing is still boils down to like trusting the process and having self-confidence in yourself. If you don't trust yourself, if you don't believe that you have sense, you can never have sense. I don't know. I don't want to put it that way. But then if you don't believe you have what it takes to do well in life, you will not actually do well in life. So do I read extensively by consulting other textbooks? Yes, I do when I need to. Okay. And me, I'm not really a book kind of person, but one thing I do, I'm a social media type of person, like I said. So I try to read books online. I try to go the electronic routes and I'll read books online. I'll read whatever I want to learn online. Okay. If you can have access to those textbooks, beautiful. But may I find mine online and I just have to be very intentional about it. I know we still really downplay the power of AI lately. There are so many things you can learn from AI. You can just tell AI, okay, I want to learn about this particular thing, this course. Give me a 30-day training program. I do it a lot. I want to learn about this. And you time yourself and you learn it, and you learn that particular thing. Let me just say this short thing before I go. I remember when I entered FUTA, I did not do technical drawing. I did not do further maths. So there was just like a little contract because I did not want to do quantum, like I said. I wanted to go for chemical engineering, but I did not do technical drawing. So I remember in during my 100 level days, and we had to do Aki courses, we had to do um ME, there's something we do, mechanical engineering in FUTA, and those courses you have to draw a lot. And I did not do it. So I thought, how would I do this kind of thing? I remember then when we had tests, I did not really perform well because I told you that then I was not even expecting a first class or something. So I was just, being a little academical at that beginning time. But with time, when I realized exams were approaching, I would sit myself down. I would time myself. Okay, I know I can't do this thing on a normal day, but I can learn. So I'll time myself maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and then I'll draw. No matter how terrible my drawing was, as far as I meet up to that time, and I'll keep repeating it because I am somebody that I tend to draw or calculate during the night time. I said during the night time. Yes, during the night time because I might not sleep. But if you give me books to read during the night time, I'm going to sleep. I already understand that I love to sleep. But if I'm calculating, I'm drawing, I might not sleep. Do you understand? So I rather read during the day then, and during the night time, I'll just end up calculating or drawing, timing myself, having fun, listening to music, doing something. Do you understand? Releasing the pressure of myself then. So, with time, I just realized that even those courses that I was scared of, okay, I could not do, I ended up performing excellently well in them. So that's just how it is. If it goes well for you to consult other textbooks, fine, beautiful. But also, there's so many knowledge you can find on your phone. Use AI. Use follow all these professional bodies. Check online. Check all these things online. There are so many things. If you can't find, stop waiting for the books to reach you. You can reach out to those books because there are so many things you can learn from the social space. And thank you very much for listening.
Okay, yes, thank you very, very much, Ma. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma. That was really, really insightful. Thank you so much, Ma. So, since we have no other questions in the chat box, I would like us to please appreciate every single one of our speakers today, right? From QS Toby to QS Sarah to QS Ademilola to QS now our BGS QS Timidayo and of course our YQSF Southwest coordinator. Please let's just appreciate them. They've really poured into us and given us an exclusive 1 month mentorship. Thank you very much, sir. So I'll be inviting the NAQSS Southwest president, right, to come and give us our closing address. Yes, sir. You can unmute your mic and speak. Please let's appreciate our NAQSS Southwest President. Southwest President, please. NAQSS Southwest Coordinator. Sir, are you on the call?
Yeah,
Yes,
I am.
yes. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to appreciate the presence of all of our speakers who had spared time out of their busy schedule to try to impart knowledge in every one of us. On the call, I would like to recognize the presence of the past Southwest coordinator, Comrade Amolu Akpelumi, Comrade Chulake, and our one and only the new YQSF Adamawa State Coordinator, Comrade Mustafa Ibrahim. Thank you all for joining in on the call. I don't know how many of us were able to join in for the manifesto. I clearly established a goal during my manifesto that I am going to heavily focus on development of students and direction to students. So this is one of the steps which we are taking to ensure that students are equipped with the right tools and directions in order to ensure that they are of great benefit to the NIQS institution and also are better developed as individuals. As it has been mentioned in the calls multiple times about mentorship. I would like to announce to you that the NAQSS Southwest region will be launching its first ever mentorship program. Registration link will be sent out quite soon for registration for mentors and mentees, which will be scrutinized, and will be will be attaching students to several mentors for their self-development and all. So I'd like to thank you all once again. Make use of everything you get here today in your personal developments. And I hope to see you in more programs that we're going to be having. Thank you all for joining in today, and I really appreciate it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I mean, them every single speaker, like every single speaker we had today really talked about mentorship, right? Ensuring that you are like in the right environment, you are being taught well and all of that by very good mentors. So I'm pretty sure this initiative will really help every single person who is really looking to take every tip that has been learned like in this webinar to the next level. So this would mark the end of our mentorship program. Who is excited? Please, I want to see our emojis, please. Don't be far from your emojis. Who's excited? I'm pretty sure we've learned a lot. Unmute your mic and then say what they've learned, what really came up to them, and what they are choosing to take away from this program. Yes, is there anybody? Nobody has raised their hands. Okay. I think I'll have to call somebody. Okay, I can see. Okay, no one is raising up their hand. Well, I would like to share what I learned. I'd like to really share what I learned. Every single person that spoke today spoke about time management, right? They spoke about self-leadership. They spoke about networking strategically, and they spoke about being visible, right? Visible in the sense that you are showing up and you are serving, and really it has really given me clear perspective on how I want my 2026 to go. Right? I want to be more active in chapter meetings, right? QSO really emphasize that, and I know the importance. So I need to be more active in chapter meetings, right? And also really take networking to the next level and also mentorship to the next level. So thank you very much once again, everyone. Thank you for listening to my short TED talk. And now we'll be having the closing prayer, and then we can call this a wrap. So I would like to call on Al Mustafa Ibrahim, Comrade Al Mustafa Ibrahim. Sir, please, you can mute your mic and just give us a short closing prayer so that we can wrap this up. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Don't know if his mic. Okay, it's in transit. Okay, no problem then. So let me just take the closing prayer. So thank you, Lord, for this opportunity that we've had to really glean from every single speaker that came on this platform today. We give you praise, oh Lord. We say that as we go, that everything that we've learned marinates in our hearts and we really put them to practice in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. And we pray for everyone that as they go today, that their day is blessed and everything goes according to plan in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen and amen. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. You're welcome. Thank you very much, NKSS Futa, for your strong engagement. Yes, thank you so much, Media Wishka, for joining. Yes, we can exit the call now. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Bye.